and a lot of times it can be, especially for a beginning DM. I mean, I'm not sure how much game running experience you've had in general, Marie.
Decent amount, less with 5e, but
5e is very forgiving. I think it's one of the best ones to really dive into as someone who wants to DM. It's fantastic. There's Sod. So
somebody is like double, very like there's like 3 of these.
Yeah, I hear an echo.
Let me figure out what the hell's going on.
Are we on the stream?
Shouldn't be. Unless so I decided to
Fire on the ocean, the floating of a poison in the hay. A dream of a cityscape from fear and hope, our Adriel was made. There's no time to lay in wait, we'll stay awake for the dawning of an age, living in the end of days. The dark will be afraid. Meeting in the dead of night, 2 ships circle and align their passing toward. Tether ropes along the sides, shine their lights onto the future they behold. Into the sky we must go, a new home we will build, our Adriel, staring at the mess we've made. What was once has gone away. Living in the end of days, of us the dark will be afraid. Sweet man, what was once has gone away. Living in the end of days, of us the dark will be afraid. Nothing could be the same. What was once has gone away. fear and hope our Adriel was made. There's no time to lay and wait, we'll stay awake for the dawning of an age, living in the end of days. Thus the dark will be afraid. Meeting in the dead of night, two ships circle and align their passing toward. Tether ropes along the sides shine their lights onto the future they behold. Into the sky we must go, a new home we will build our Adriel, staring at the mess we've made. What was once has gone away. Living in the end of days, of us the dark will be afraid. Sweet mate, what was once has gone away. Living in the end of days, of us the dark will be afraid. Nothing could be the same. What was once has gone away. Living in the end of days, thus the dark will be afraid.
Good evening, everyone. I'm John Helfers, your GM for tonight's session of Emberwind. This is episode 39, titled Let's Get the Heck Out of Here. So, as our intrepid Ember crew is still trying to leave Adriel, hopefully this is the night where they will make that happen. But first, before we get started, let's introduce us. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus recently, so let's get back to introducing the folks and who they're playing and all that fun stuff. So welcome back, everyone. We have the full crew tonight, which I'm very happy about. Just going to go immediately to my left, right, whichever way it is. Everest or Brahms, how are you, sir? How are things up in the wilds of Canada?
We're all hanging in there. It's getting warmer, less snow.
Not no snow, less snow.
Well, no snow actually here, at least for Ottawa region. So that's always a plus.
Good to hear.
Gardening soon, which is nice.
Exactly. And who are you playing tonight?
I'll be playing Everest, which is the group's ardent
flamethrower.
Basically, human flamethrower, and he's very impulsive and wisecracking and all that sort of stuff. So you will see more of him, and hopefully you'll enjoy what you see.
Yep, exactly. Well, great to have you here. Next up is Jen Brozek. Jen, the the suburbs of Seattle, more or less. How are you?
Yep.
How are things tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. The sun has come out again. I have my vaccination appointments, and this weekend I have NorwestCon all weekend. So I'm doing that virtually. So
good. The virtual and good that they're still putting it on. Yep. So that's cool. Any are you just panels people should know about that might want to pop in and see?
I'm doing panels about military fiction because of the BattleTech, and I'm doing panels about self-editing because I teach classes on that. And I didn't actually think that far ahead to actually pull up my schedule. I'll try and do that during the game so I can say, hey, here's my schedule.
Or at the very least, maybe pop up the website for NorwestCon so people can go check that out themselves. So.
That would be a good idea. Otherwise, things are going well and proceeding apace.
All right, sounds like a plan. And you are playing whom this evening?
I am playing Lady Savoy Vanier, the mom of the group. She is a combat bard. She has my favorite power ever, the mom glare. I stare at you, you try to attack one of my people because these are my people, and you get damaged.
The now
which has been used
glare.
to great effect recently, yes.
I love it. It's so much fun. And she's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what the name of the thing was.
Mm-hmm. All right. Awesome to have you here, too. Thanks so much. Next up, our third in our redoubtable group is Saad, who also handles the video and audio and making sure things all run correctly and smoothly for this evening. Saad, how are you doing all the way over on the other side of the world?
Wet.
Last year the sun was dry. This year it's soaked.
Yeah. I hope you like rain because, I mean, this snow stuff would probably be better than what we've got, I guess. I don't know.
Wow, that's hard rain. So yours is wet rain. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, is there a difference, really?
You, Australia, a land of very, 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 very wide contrasts, obviously.
Yeah.
Last year you were a cinder.
Yeah, last
this
year
just
you're a
lake.
and then this year it's just the exact same thing, but the opposite. It's
we
need the rain to stop the fire now. There's too much rain. We don't need it.
Can we have a little more heat back?
Make up your mind, Earth, nature. Can you just pick one or balance?
How dare they? Exactly.
I know, right?
Anyways, it's great to have you here, sir. And whom are you playing tonight?
I am playing Laureate, a druid, and we had a very eventful chase scene in the last session, and
combat,
post-chase scene. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens if you get to leave.
That is one way to put it. Absolutely. All right, great to have you here, Sai. Thanks so much. And last but certainly not least, Marie Bilodeau. Marie, how are you today? Also in Canada?
I'm very good, thank you. It was super exciting because yesterday I got to take my mom to get her first shot.
Yay.
very exciting. And then I came home, and Carrie had made a chocolate and peanut butter marble cake, and then covered it with peanut butter buttercream icing.
Oh my god.
Good Lord.
So it's just that's how it's going here.
Rich and chocolatey, apparently. Yes, yes,
It's good.
exactly. So,
Buttery.
yeah, yeah.
It is good.
Hard to beat peanut butter and chocolate. That's true. That is
It's
true.
very good.
Okay. Other than your dessert splendors, everything's fine. Now, do you have? Now, wait. You live in close with Brahms, or not with Brahms, but in proximity to him, so you have no snow either.
He's in the other room. We still
Yeah,
have a little
exactly.
bit. It's kind
Stream
of
is coming from in the room. Yeah, exactly.
We actually have a little bit of snow left in our backyard, but it's almost gone.
Okay.
Now the job is just like beating it and spreading out the snow so that the packed snow will vanish as fast as possible. But it's like so close,
Okay.
so close.
All right. Great to have you here as well. And whom are you playing this evening?
So tonight I am playing the warrior class at Emberwind. I am Captain Malma Calix. I am a cake-loving, mace-wielding, dress-destroying, lover of good times, and also of flying away. And hopefully that day is today.
Yes, this day has been a while in coming. Let's just leave it at that.
Yes.
So to bring,
Technically, it's only been like 32 days in game.
yep, that just feels longer.
For Malma, that's very long.
To be in one place, that's true. We might have to throw a new record. To bring everyone up to speed, since again it had been a while since we had played last, this is the tail end of the Rescue the Noble Lady mission that Malma had not shanghaied the rest of the group, but politely asked the rest of the group. They said, sure, we would. And of course, things didn't quite go as planned. Whether it was Everest setting the side of the house and himself on fire, to the lady being much more heavily guarded than anticipated, leading to a breakout of the house, a spirited carriage chase through the streets of Adriel, the actual death of the Lord, which technically wasn't supposed to happen, but by the time circumstances had reached that point, it was. We're just going to say mistakes were made and move on from there.
I don't know about it, so
That's true.
When you say
Yes.
mistakes were made, it's like, is that a pointed question, John, for the person that actually
that
pulled
is a
the
s-
trigger? Or
That is just a statement. That's just a statement. Okay, mistakes and decisions were made. How about that? I think we'll leave it at that.
Okay, that's fair.
That is a flat declarative statement. There's no question about it. So you guys, and that's true. Remember who knows what went down and who does not know, et cetera, et cetera. And then, so last we had left our intrepid group, who had left that particular scene of carnage, and we're trying to make it back to the port where the cupcake is housed. Yeah, because Sprinkles is the mace. Yeah, the cupcake is where if you just get to the ship and get cleared for takeoff, et cetera, then you'll be free of Adriel. So there you go. It's on your way to your next mission for Kendrick Maddox.
Kendrick Maddox and maybe
Yes.
what's his face? The one I don't like.
Oh,
Hobbs.
Hob. Yep.
Hob.
No S, just Hob. Just Hob.
Hob, yeah.
Yep. True. You got that thing to take care of with the Warhide Grave Beast, a bunch of stuff. Yep. And of course, there's Ixis still running around the city. But for now, you guys are taking a well-deserved break to go do more work. So there you go.
Yeah, but it'll take time. The characters will have downtime in the air.
Exactly.
Nothing bad happens in,
In the Azure. No, nothing ever bad happens in the Azure. Nah, it's smooth sailing, I'm sure. Right,
Everything
Palma?
that happens there is better. It is 100% better. Everything.
except for
Now,
miasma.
that is funny.
fireworks,
So,
No, that's good.
the pirate.
Oh, that's good. Goals are clearer when you're in the air. You do this, you do this, you die. It's clear. No politics.
now, as I recall, in the fracas, and I think fracas is a very good term for what happened last time, one of your horses was injured, but I think someone saw it. Didn't Laureate maybe heal it enough
Yes,
to
I
keep
healed
going?
the horse. I made sure to keep the horse alive, both horses.
All right.
That was
Okay.
sort of important.
John, if my captain in the guard didn't send someone to watch everything happening, I will be shocked. I say this about the
Well, I mean, see, the problem is it's a torn between a need to know scenario,
Point. Okay.
you know, and plays. Well, I don't think you specifically told them not to, but it made it very clear this was kind of a clandestine something.
That's true. He did. He was just like, no, you have to get permission from your sister, which I cannot actually remember if I did. So I don't think I
I'm
did.
not sure you did. He said he could provide the carriage, but he didn't. He basically said, I don't really want to know what's going on if you're taking the stealth carriage out. Yeah, anything, because I think you wanted to get more, did you want to get some guards or something?
I wanted somebody else to drive it.
Yeah, that was it.
I wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
But then I had to, so.
Because you couldn't tell him what was going on. It's like, I can't authorize someone to leave if they don't know what's happening. So that was that impasse you ran into. And you definitely didn't want to tell your sister about this for very now obvious reasons.
Very good.
So the carriage is trundling along. Now it's been all this. I mean, while it took several game sessions, in real time has maybe been about an hour at the most. But traffic in the city is starting to thicken, so you're no longer able to, fly along the route like you'd like to. And the port of Dreams is still a fair distance away. So I guess the question is, are you going to stick with the carriage or try to find some alternate means of conveyance, even if that includes walking? Or is the plan just we're going to go as far as we can? If we get there, we get there.
Well, inside the carriage, we're like trussing the two women up in the Holocaust cloaks that we have.
Okay.
So they don't look like them.
Right.
I know Holocaust cloak is not actually the correct thing.
No, but I'm laughing because you said Holocaust cloak, and I'm thinking Princess Bride, and when John was saying carriage, I wanted to be like, carriage. I was like,
Carriage is what brings us
We need to get rid
together
of this carriage
today.
and somehow make it so we can't let anyone know that we were part of this. So we'd have to destroy the carriage, and the only way to easily do that is to just tip it off.
Right. Toss it off the edge,
Yeah.
but not the horses.
Yeah, obviously not the horse.
Get someone to take the horses back to the house, to the estate.
Would anyone be looking?
Wouldn't that be a problem? Because then people would know those horses belong to your estate. So we could just leave them.
And you're really going to make it expensive for me when we get home.
Yeah. That's what happens when we do this. This wasn't exactly planned.
Do we want to take the horses with us to... Where are we going again?
Summit.
The summit.
Summit. That's it.
Well, it'd be hard to. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
can't really
I
take
don't
them
know
on the
really
boat.
much about Summit other than what I've read, and I don't know how much you would need a horse on Summit, being the mountain city.
I mean, yeah. And the cupcake is equipped, I assume, to bring some animals like horses, but it's not a pleasant journey for them. I mean,
No, and there is that
Yeah.
bomb
yeah.
that's in the hold that makes noise. You remember?
Yeah.
From, Lady Makia?
You'd probably be like,
Oh yeah, there's that thing too.
that
Right.
strange box.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'd rather let the horses run free in the city and somebody's going to deal with them.
One way or the other, yes, that's true.
Yes, well, at least I don't want them eaten by whatever is in the box while I'm on the boat, because that would be bad.
We can always ask someone at the port, someone that I'll know. I'm sure I must know someone or one of my crew, and just get them to make the horses go to a good place, but out of sight.
Sure.
Not become a hamburger.
Depends on what contact you talk to now, doesn't it?
It does. It always does.
But horses are fairly valuable, so it'd be unlikely they'd have much more resale value here. Yeah. But that's a puzzle to be untangled once you get to the place, first of all. So, all right, let's see. So yeah, and actually, since Savoy is still handling the horses, you're noticing that traffic is getting thicker and you're going more slowly.
Who is up on the top with me?
I think it was just Mama.
I was there
Yeah.
before, yeah.
Everest was on the inside.
Okay, Everest is on the inside. What about Laureate?
I'm inside the carriage with her. So.
Okay, you're dealing with the two women and making sure they don't look like the two women that they are.
Right. Using spare clothing and stuff just to kind
Oh
of.
God.
Right. I mean,
No.
Everest could really do some burn scarring to really make
No.
them not look. I'm kidding.
No.
He would not do that.
Well, I really am just gonna drive the carriage as far as I can at this point because I don't know how far or long these women can walk, and I don't know. Could you give me an idea of how far away from the docks we are?
You think at this, which is it's walking rate whether you're in a carriage or not. Your figure is still about a good 20 to 30 minutes away at this because of the crush of people, basically, and traffic has risen up to the busy time of day, so to speak, in the morning.
Then the
So yeah,
question becomes if I should, and I'm asking mamas, should I stop and like see if your ladies can walk? Because it might be faster to walk.
And
Away from the carriage.
that's honestly you can tell already. Actually, give me an insight check,
Oh,
Jen.
oh. Yay, I get to make a roll. Let's see if I'm still playing D&D.
you got this.
Oh, now you have
First roll of the day.
done it.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh.
See, she was right. Yeah.
She was right.
Looking at the press of people on the sidewalks and the road, it's about a horse apiece, pardon the pun. That even walking might technically even be worse because the crush of people in a group makes it, it's equal whether you're going to be as good in the carriage where you have at least cover, but if you're out and about, they each have their own pluses and minuses, let's put it that way.
Well, at this point, we also need to stop looking like like retrobates and hats and scarves and. Yeah.
Well, that's true. Since it's a fairly clear and sunny day, it's not like you're attracting attention, but at the same time, because you're so covered, it's a little odd.
So.
Not gonna lie.
That's what we need to start doing at this time.
Yeah.
Now that we're far enough away from the thing.
Right. The scene of the incident? The scene of the incident, yes.
Yeah, we need to just look like we belong and we're heading back to the cupcake, and that's not weird.
Okay. So.
Not weird at all, sir.
My
No.
ship.
No. Yeah. Okay. Then I will start. Oh, mother of hush buckets. Oh well. If we run into the chasers at this point.
I don't think they'd attack in broad daylight in a crowded
hope
area,
not.
would they?
You hear Everest yell from inside the carriage. It hasn't stopped them before.
Oh, well, let's just hope for the best, right?
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I shuck, the hat and the scarf and pull down the hood so that I look more normal.
Right. Okay. So
Less like I'm trying to hide myself and more like someone who is traveling and has been traveling for a while.
Yep. Okay.
And I had Yoma wait about halfway so that she could look out for any trouble on our escape route. So I'm going to keep an eye out for her and an eye for any trouble.
Right. What was my insight for? Was it to keep everybody together in the?
It was to estimate whether it would be quicker to get out on foot or stay in the carriage.
It's at this point we have more control on the carriage.
And for certainly cover if necessary. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Mama, say that again. You said you had posted someone?
I'd ask Yoma, usually the caper was that Yoma would wait about halfway through in case there was some immediate trouble so she could redirect the escape route.
Okay.
So yeah, so she'd keep, and then she would follow along or hop in the cart even in the carriage if there's really no trouble, or she'd just follow along not far. So I'm keeping an eye for her and keeping an eye for any trouble too.
Yes, as the carriage rounds a corner of a street, she slips in from the the passenger side that's nearest to the sidewalk, basically. And she doesn't waste any time like walking alongside. She freaking climbs in. And it's like, what happened?
Some stuff went that wasn't expected. Is the road clear coming up?
the roads are all being barricaded off. There's a noble's house on fire back there, and the order is out in force.
I mean, I don't think those things are related.
Want to try again?
Okay, so things went a bit astray. So we were thinking we can't make it to the Port of Dreams?
Looks around, looks at the two women. At this point, I don't know. I haven't been able to find out a lot of details other than the order has been summoned and they responded very swiftly. Whoever you pissed off has high connections in law enforcement. At this point, it's a gamble. She looks around, probably not a good idea to be in this thing any longer than absolutely necessary.
Well, in that case, pull it over and get people out.
Since a carriage remarkably like this one was seen fleeing the scene of the murder.
Okay. But the what? Let's just. Where can we lay low? Like, let's go lay low somewhere. See if this can blow over.
You are approaching. Let's see. From the merchant's quarters, the skirt wingspan, and come along to. You're approaching the kind of middle to lower class neighborhoods, not quite Gelspar level, but certainly lesser. So you can look for a space or a spot to do something, or the question really it's in the party's hands what you guys want to try and do here.
Okay, well, we basically need to stop the carriage in a place that it can be stopped, and then get everyone inside and be like, here's the deal. What do we do? What can we do?
It's nighttime. It's
We
not.
may have to
not
dock the
nighttime.
carriage. We're not even near the dock, but we just need to get rid of this. We need to get away from this.
Can the carriage be tracked back to your home? Because you
Not
took
this
you.
one.
Perfect. Nor the horses.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Let's see.
We just have to go on foot.
Oh, there's that other one. I don't need that one though.
The servant
yeah.
lady can look as she does, but the noble lady, whose name I still don't know or don't remember,
I'm not sure if I ever said it really.
Just, I guess.
Look,
Lady
sure. Her
Colvin.
name is Saya. S-A-I-A.
SAIA. Perfect.
There.
Lady Saya, we
Lady
need to
Colvin.
make it so that you don't look like you.
I'm sorry, Sad, did we have a name already?
The Tolbin was the family, was the name of the actual
House?
The house, yeah. I assume she'd be Saya Tolbin.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
Colin. That's right.
Right. Okay. There you go.
And whatever the name of her maid is, whatever.
Could have sworn we said something about it, but
Alice. Alice,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
maybe. Sure. Why not?
That's what I have written down. Anyways.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, Jen, you were saying to her?
I was like, your handmaiden can probably get away with looking the way she looks, but you can't. We need to make you look not like you.
And she's like, I'm at your disposal, but how would you suggest we go about doing that?
Get rid of any jewelry. You're gonna have to hide all that.
Yeah, hide all the jewelry.
Actually, that was already done.
Oh, well then. Okay. Let me look at her gown. I mean,
Okay, it's very nice. It's quite
can
lovely,
it be
actually.
turned inside out so that the
No,
rubber
with
stuff
the
looks
petticoats, etc., it would look very odd.
John,
like
question.
the overcoats or the overskirt.
Not really.
Okay.
John, I got a question for
Yeah.
Gussinger. In this area, is there something like a piece of wood? I guess, you know what? He'll break a piece of the carriage off, like a wooden dowel, maybe from one of the wheel spokes from the wheel.
What's your strength there, buddy?
Not very good.
Yeah, so you want to give me a strength check, see if you can actually do that?
Maybe I'll have Mama do it.
She can try. You know how wagon wheels are created and built to be very strong?
Can I hit it with my mace?
I mean, you could. I just need a chunk
Yes,
of.
you can.
I
Yes,
just
you
need
could.
I just need a chunk of wood.
I'm sure I can get you a chunk of wood if I hit it with my mace.
Do you still want the carriage to be drivable after this? Is I think the real question you have to ask yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, why do you want fire? That's the question I want to know.
he responds like, well, the simple answer is we could make charcoal out of wood and then smudge her face to make it look.
You know what? We could just smudge her face with a little dirt.
You could do that too.
What if I switch some clothes with the noble lady? I can fight in a
Right.
gown.
That's true. And you do have like the vest and such. What am I wearing?
She can borrow my cape or my cloak.
Yeah.
I'll just go out in general leather armor I've got underneath.
Okay. Between Laureate and Mama, I'm pretty sure we can change her dress just enough that she doesn't look the same. And if her hair is up in a very hoity-toity thing, have her pull it down and put it into a straight braid.
Okay.
Like, we're talking quick and dirty. Like,
And dirt some in her hair and her face and just...
Mama, how tall are you?
I'm pretty tall. She's very tall?
Not per se, to be quite honest. I mean, the dress is loose. Let's leave it at that, first of all. Chuck has to literally roll up the sleeves to make this work. Now, the real question is, what are you wearing?
Well, I've got, just some simple pantaloons. I've got a little vest on top of my armor. I've got an undershirt.
Okay. All right.
I look cool, but in a piratey kind of way, but like a piratey kind of way that's trying not to look piratey cool. It's just natural.
Right, casual. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's it.
Casual enough.
Yes.
so your
That's
pantaloons that have been under the dress the whole time are
Captain
more
Casual.
canvas rather than linen.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. All right. I just had visions for trying to squeeze into the nobleman's dress, which would not.
No. The other thing about most dresses, like the one that Mama gave her, there are laces in the back where we can cinch it so it looks.
That's true.
more,
Yeah.
and I am very adept at.
So at least that part will fit. Yes. It's a bit long in the skirt. The sleeves are a bit long, but that's not insurmountable. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
And what it looks like is she basically went to kind of a secondhand shop and got something that looked pretty but too big. So it actually works in her favor.
Right. Okay. And yeah, she did have the hair up for her morning constitutional, but she takes that down and puts her handmaiden puts that into a quick but neat braid down the side.
So basically, in like this whole thing, I want to say 15 minutes, and then we all just leave the carriage and just go.
All right. So where are you leaving the carriage?
That is where Mama and her second in command come in.
And
Is there any way
well,
what would be the nearest location?
he looks at Mama, then looks at you like, well, we don't know the city that well. We thought you might have some idea.
I'd probably try and kind of like calculate the best spot to drop it. If either dump it or, chuck it off into the miasma.
Well,
Oh wait, I actually have.
you happen to know where there's a bridge out.
The longer we stay with it, the more the chances are that we'll be connected with it. I say we just abandon it. With any luck,
we're
somebody
gonna
will
abandon
steal
Should
it.
Should we burn it?
No.
Somebody might steal it.
let's
With
not
any
do
luck.
it.
Clean the horses and all
I have an anchor for Adriel. Actually, I know where the best ways to go. Never mind. Like,
Let's see.
But
It has to be a knowledge check at advantage.
okay.
Oh, actually, the question is: is the plan to abandon it, basically?
Yes, completely abandon it.
Yeah.
Leave it with the horses and let someone else steal it and let the guard grab them.
All right. Okay.
Boy,
Sounds good.
boy, Mama's giving me bad.
Bad influence.
Oh no, it's a great influence. Watch the sleeve.
All right, so we get
Very
a
bad.
knowledge roll at advantage.
Oh. Well, the first roll says
That's
2.
in her
Wow.
crit range.
Well,
Do I need to make the second one?
You could get a critical. I mean, that 2 is pretty damn good, though. It's not really necessary, but just
Well, let's
hey, since
see.
you're rolling so well, yeah, exactly. And a 6.
Wow.
Dang.
I'm using all my rolls. Remember, I roll really good until I don't.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
Yeah,
I have remembered that Adriel is my hometown, and I know which way to go.
Yeah, not only that, you find a shortcut that cuts a good 10 minutes off your travel time to the port, and is a kind of a, not a niche exactly, but a little alcovey thing that you're pretty sure within the hour the street will reclaim this if you just leave it where it is, and poof,
Yep.
it'll be gone. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. So,
You know-
all right.
I say we just go to the port of. I don't know if we can get by, but the order knows us, and we have a delivery for Lady Makia to do. So
It's true, we do.
we have reason to go there, as long as they don't recognize what's her face. Sorry, lady.
Now, I forget, Mama, do you have the box with you, or the box is already aboard the ship?
It's
Already
aboard.
aboard.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I remember. Oh, that's right, because you guys were investigating it sort of as it was in the hold. Yeah. Okay.
I left my crew with it. You're fine. You got this.
Don't worry about the weird noises coming from it.
Don't knock on it.
Indeed. Yeah. Don't give it too much attention, and don't feed it after midnight. All right. Anyways, yeah. So you, just kind of bring the horses in and loosely, so they don't wander around. You kind of like fasten their the reins to the brake, is what I mean to say, the brake handle, and just walk away basically. So you all, so it's 4, 5, 6. All right, party.
Double
yep.
check
All
before
right.
I leave. Double check is anything there that'll tie to us in any way, and try and take it with us.
Hmm.
Well, it would be personal things.
Yeah,
because
anything
Right.
personal
characters very
that's obvious.
specifically not.
Sweeping the interior, you don't seem to find anything that's out of the ordinary. Make me a focus roll, sir.
Oh wait, I'm throwing the.
Not basically not throwing a knife into the door. It's not going to help anything.
Is your focus under 11?
There we go.
Okay,
Go.
you are fairly certain there should be nothing that could tie back unless someone's going to use like magical CSI ability, and even then you're like, this is pretty clean. I'm comfortable leaving it. It's going to be fine. So there you be. Yeah, and you're confident. It's highly unlikely they're going to tie anything back to the house of Savoy's house. So
The veneer house.
Okay, I think I
Veneer
got
house, yeah.
everything. I don't think they can track to us. And hope they don't have anyone who's extremely skilled at it beyond magical means. I mean, like hopefully they don't have anyone of that nature that can track us.
Yep. Okay, and you guys, your group blends with the kind of crowd-esque. It's not super crowded, but you blend with the populace on the streets. So now you're only, I think, about less than 5 minutes away from the port. So almost there. However, as you start getting within sight of it, you do notice there seems to be at the entrance there is what looks to be an order checkpoint that's very much looking at papers and scanning anyone coming in or going out of the port.
Papers.
They might have her pick. Maybe Savoy and I should go scout ahead. We have reason to be here. She's a merchant house. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
you,
Heroes of
Elspar.
Galspar, and
and
And all that. Yeah.
I'm
Probably a
like,
good idea. Everest and I will
what's
keep watch.
the servant lady's name?
Lady
Said, no,
Saya.
the servant lady is Elise.
Yeah, Elise.
Elise. What is a servant that looks a little bit like your lady? What's her name? Okay.
Sorry?
We have to. We may be asked who the lady is. She
Oh
can't.
yeah, we need to give you names
We need a
temporarily
different
just to.
identity for you, lady.
Mhm.
Oh, well,
Someone
that's
who
true.
looks a little bit like you, or something that you will remember when you are asked under uncomfortable circumstances.
And you're not a noble, so you keep your eyes down. You do not stand us straight.
kind of look at each other, not really used to the whole, skulking about this kind of stuff. And she's like, it shouldn't really be anything too close to my name either, I would assume.
That is correct.
Something different. Do you want me to give you an injury so you walk more differently? A small one to your leg?
I would prefer not in case we have to run.
To an arm then?
I don't
think.
No?
I think injuries might
that's
attract
needed,
more.
Malma.
She kind of winces. I think injuries might attract more attention than we're looking for right now. Thank you.
Just that's fair, just a question. Looking forlornly towards the docks.
Well, she says, so are you two scouting ahead first and then coming back for us? Or are we still all moving, trying to get past them together?
Why don't we go ahead and I can say that I'm just gonna go get the rest of my crew that's coming on board, and hopefully we can just pass you amongst the people who'll be joining us to the journey to Summit.
We'll see what happens when they go, and then we'll decide from there if we need to detour. Try and find another
Right.
route.
Okay, and then she nods and says, I think that would be best. All right.
And you two book it out of here if you need to.
Yeah, well,
So,
I'm sure we can find a spot nearby that we can bypass, but we'd probably need some help from you. Got some spare rope and stuff, so if you need to like climb across rooftops, climb up there, probably a good idea.
don't
if you kept
forget
some rope.
there's the short sewer underneath.
Don't really want to let Hobbs people know we're using the underground.
Hey, we could go to the ship that we blew up and we could do that thing of jumping onto the passing cupcake. I really wanted to try that. That looked like so much fun.
Let's just see what the guards say, because if it comes down to that, you probably give us a sign of some sort. Something. I don't know, make
You
it look like you're
hope.
eating a delicious cupcake, invisible cupcake. There you go.
All right, let's move to the Skybridge map. And for ease of use, I'm going to say you guys are in this kind of small parkway. There's a small park on the map's left side that you have just arrived at. So place yourselves around there.
Can you shifting it, John?
Doink, like there.
Here?
Yep, correct.
Okay.
So in general, John,
Yeah.
papers, checking papers,
You're not really sure. It hasn't really been an issue per se, but suddenly they're much more. It's not like ID, but if someone's going through a ship, do they have actually? You would know probably a merchant of lading, invoices, that kind of thing. Did you have a reason to be going to a ship or not? Just
well, we would certainly have the Malkia thing, don't we? The Malkia
yeah,
stuff?
it's correct.
Okay, so
But this is, for both of you know, this is heightened security. It's very clear.
this is
So
definitely
just letting you
safe.
know. All right, is everyone up here? I see 3 out of 4.
Oh, we're missing Savoy.
Yeah, I put it to help me's. Say your notes.
And
Oh, I'll just drag her.
yeah.
Well,
Hold on a second. Let's see. No. Is it this one? No, that's the notes. I gotta go find. I gotta find my peeps again. Just a second. Is it here? There it is. Okay.
Really don't want to get into a fight with people. Just-
Oh God. All right. There we go.
Actually, are we doing anything for the guard right now?
Let's see.
Can't remember.
No, Rhea was looking into something for you, not the other way
Right.
around.
The Viceroy didn't ask us to do anything.
Right, he hadn't gotten to that thing yet, so.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll do another one just for some fun. I should probably put these all in the same uniform, but it's too fun to do them with different uniforms. There we go. Okay. You know what? Actually, we'll do some sword guys just hanging out here, there, and there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it would behoove yourselves not to try and take on the order if at all possible, but you've got to figure out a way to get past this particular obstacle, I think is the best way to put it. So,
I have
right.
fast talk for what it's worth, Jen,
Yes,
just so you know.
you do.
Yes, you do.
okay.
Oh.
So, yeah. All right. But for right now, the truth will serve you probably fairly well because, like you said, you do have a valid reason to be there. There is cargo you're taking
Exactly.
care of with the name of someone important in the city that you can actually drop as,
And it's not like we're unknown, so.
I mean,
Correct.
like, if all else fails, you could just say that you're escorting us to your ship. You just wanted to make sure it's safe because there's guards about.
Yeah.
A bit unusual. You always just ask them. Put it
Before
on
I get
them.
my crew, I just want to make sure that I'll be able to depart easily and all that good stuff.
Scott, can you throw the airship up here too? Like right over, let's say
Oh.
here?
Where? Can you ping it again? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Right there.
Okay, hold on. Where?
Actually, you can probably throw 2 or 3 in there since there's more than one here. But let's get the cupcake up there first and then we'll
I don't remember
What do
where
I
our
feel like-
airship
some
is.
others.
Cupcake.
I really just want a cut out of a giant cupcake to pop up as the ship just first. Yes.
Well, you make a cupcake and then you put like a bow on it and a stern and some cannons and all that. Yeah, exactly. So,
Yes, cupcake. More right now. Hold on. So it would be like docked here, would you say?
yeah, sure.
Make it bigger. 'Cause
Well, not that large. I mean, this is like 40 feet across. Well,
each one of those
actually,
each one of the squares is 5 foot, so
5 foot. Okay, that's about right. Yeah. All right.
it would be
That's
like we'd do something probably like this.
good. Yeah. Oh, too big.
Something
It's swelling.
like
There. True. Yeah, I guess Cupcake isn't a small ship necessarily. It's true. All right.
cargo and stuff. Unless you want it
Yeah.
like that, have
Yeah.
it like that. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Yep. Okay. That's true. The gangways and the alley, the what do you call them? What's the sky bridge? The sky bridge wouldn't be that huge either. The ship would probably be larger. That's true. That's 20 feet. Yeah, 20 by 40, 60 feet. Yeah, sure. All right. So yeah. All right. So what is the plan?
I believe Savoy and I will go just check it out and talk to the order, see what's going on, see if we can get through, and then go from there.
We'll escort part of our crew back, or your crew back.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. You begin approaching. There's a small line. And as you reach it, someone is protesting loudly over this impertinence that I have to get to my ship. Like, oh, sorry, sir, but you don't have the proper papers. Let's step you aside. And I'm sure we can talk this out at the master's cabin. And so, still spluttering, the band is led off by 2 of the order guards to Mama. You would know, to the kind of the harbor master. It's like the port master. That's the word I'm looking for. The port master's area to maybe it's just the paperwork, maybe it's something more nefarious. You're not really sure, but they're sort of taking this fairly seriously.
Okay. Well, we'll still. I mean, I'll look to Savoy. Like, I guess we'll try our luck anyways, right?
Oh yeah, you know what you're doing.
I feel like between the 2 of us, we got this.
Does she? Does she? No, I'm sure she does. Yes.
We
you
got this.
Exactly.
No, Savoy makes me feel more official.
Almost majestic in a way.
Yes, Savoy
Okay.
will be my BFF wherever I go now. Come on, you make me look good.
All right.
Try.
After a few more minutes, you're next in line. So, and the guard looks at both of you as business reason for being at the port.
I'm Captain Malma Calix. This is Lady Savoy Veneer. We have a delivery on my ship, the Cupcake, which is right over there. Look at how beautiful she is, for Lady Makia. And I'm just seeing what this is about, what I need to get my crew across and off to get this delivery done.
Okay,
And a fine day it is.
papers of lading. And of course, that's the invoice that she would have given you for the cargo.
Yeah, I have it. I assume I'm responsible on some level.
Yeah, you've captained long enough. You usually keep those kind of stuff on you. Exactly. It's like, so you hand them over.
Yep.
Okay. So this.
What's going on, anyways? There's a lot of more presence here than there was when I arrived.
There was a disturbance in town, in the city. They're just making sure it doesn't spill over to the port. After all, that could be hazardous to fine, upstanding sailors and merchants such as yourselves.
Of course, another reason to get out of Adriel. Though ever since I've gotten here, there's been nothing but trouble. But
Oh?
yeah.
What sort of trouble?
well,
we
we
are
were,
the heroes of Gelspar. I mean, we have dealt with quite a few things.
ever since.
Oh, that Lady Veneer, your pardon. You're still looking at the papers very carefully, though. As if
Look at them; they're official.
giving you the courtesy due what has by now spread throughout the city, but still doing his job kind of thing. He doesn't seem like he's going to change his demeanor now that he's aware of that. Let's put it that way. All right. According to your ship, the crew, most of your crew's already on there. You have others that aren't aboard?
Well, I have the rest of the heroes of Gelspar, and I had a few of my crew members that were wandering the city. If you look at the registry, when I came on board, I had more crew member, and not all of them returned until very recently. I just found them back in the city.
Okay.
And that would be from John, just so you know, the crew members that she dispelled. Not all of them
Right.
returned to the cupcake.
Yeah.
So she suddenly decided she's going to pretend.
So he kind of smiles like, oh, so just some new hires. Okay, that's fair.
Hey, if you're going to take a noble lady's transporter to Summit, you want to make sure that you're going to make it there and that you've got the right crew, right?
I suppose that's true. I wouldn't do.
Lady Makia is very exacting.
Very.
Well, I would think the Veneer House wouldn't be too keen if the captain of the ship they hired wasn't able to get you where you need to go, milady.
Exactly.
Final destination is Summit.
Mm-hmm.
Any planned stops along the way?
Nope, directly to Summit, as Lady Makia requested.
Indeed. All right, he folds it back up. Everything looks to be in order. So I think, are you wishing to cast off now?
I mean, as soon as possible, if it's no bother, of course. I know that you're very busy.
Well, it's a matter of, I think, it might be up to the portmaster as to when ships are actually leaving.
Can I get my crew on board? At least we can get everything ready to cast off when the portmaster so desires.
I think that'd be fair, but you'll have to wait for official leave. Right now, we're in a state of lockdown where no one's allowed in or out.
Okay,
So
in or out of the... Okay,
Correct. Yes.
fair enough. I respect that.
Well, you don't really have much of a choice now, do you? Unless you wish to break several laws
No, of course not.
and risk never returning here again.
I love this place.
Good to hear. So yes, gather your crew. You can bring them on board right now, and then it's just a matter of waiting for official clearance.
Perfect. I will, so just turn around and kind of wave to the others, and then...
Everest, and do you see her waving you forward?
Yeah, I think Everest would be keeping an eye out for that, considering probably looking back and forth at the other two just to make sure they're okay and not getting into too much trouble.
Well, you watch them have a conversation. They seem to go pleasant enough. Papers were exchanged, and no one's drawing steel or anything, and Mama's not breaking out sprinkles, so I think you're okay.
Almost pretty obvious when things aren't going well.
Yeah, it's probably obvious. Yeah, it looks good. Let's you two just be quiet. Don't have to talk to them at all. Just act normal, as normal as you can.
Yes.
And Yoma is with you as well.
Right. That's
Right.
true.
And we'll just like coming down, head that way.
Pretty much. Yeah. All right. And the guards don't seem to evince any untoward attention toward any of you. It seems that whatever story Mama has told them has done the trick.
Perfect. Like, come on, let's get on board.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Doo. The ship. I see the ship. Okay.
Yoink. There. We'll pretend there's actually a gangplank there. You can climb aboard.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just jump. It's okay.
Just cross directly across the crystal on the.
Yeah, so that's certainly going to be bad for you. Exactly.
Okay, and then I'll kind of indicate to Yoma that she take our guest to their quarters.
There you go.
MSP.
Yes, actually, she immediately was kind of anticipating that move and hustles them down below. Exactly.
And she knows there's like certain compartments that are meant to basically hide people for smuggling out, and
Of course. She's been your first mate for quite a long time.
exactly, so she can deal with it. Just get them down there.
Yeah, she says, come aboard. I have quarters for you. Maybe not the most spacious, but certainly well concealed, if you'll follow me.
Once Alice takes the ladies down below, I look at Mom. I'm like, how often does the portmaster make you wait to decide before you can go?
Usually sometimes you need a bribe. In this case, I'm pretty sure we're stuck here, depending on when the order gives to go. So this could take some time, but usually the portmaster does not keep you in store in place like this. So it's something, yeah. But don't worry, we know how to keep people safe on this ship.
Okay. And this is Jen asking,
Mm-hmm.
was Laureate's little sister or whoever that what was her name? Was she coming?
Valerie.
Valerie, she was thinking about it. I don't know if she
That's
did, though,
why
but she
you
had
see
the
Laureate
invitation.
not board the ship yet. She's actually Laureate's just kind of just waiting here and looking around.
Okay.
So Valerie is not on the ship.
Not at this time, no.
Okay.
So,
No.
and it's unclear as to whether she will be or not. So, yeah, it's.
Laureate, at least come on board now so we don't look any more suspicious, please. If you need to get off later, you can. This isn't the time to stand out, Laureate.
All right.
Please. Thank you.
Just going to like go right here and just watch.
That's fine. You can look like you're watching the show with the order and all that and waiting for the portmaster. That is totally fine.
Indeed.
I'm gonna just kind of keep an eye out for, I don't know, just bad things are about to happen. Like, I'm watching the kind of the crowd and.
Yep. It's other than at the crossroads there, the hold up there, which is interfering with kind of most of the traffic, but it has to be. This would be a normal day otherwise, but this is causing a bit of a snarl there. But they're not brooking any excuses. If you don't have the proper what they're looking for, people, you start seeing more like one of every 5 gets taken aside, and you figure they're going to the portmaster's office for some follow-up. So yeah,
I'm gonna indicate to my crew just kind of subtly, like, just be ready to unmoor us and to get us going. Like, just
If we have to run.
if we have to move fast, be ready to move fast.
yeah.
I assume we've done that before and we have experience.
You guys run drills on how to leave a city harbor, a city docks quickly, legally or otherwise. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I mean, come on. We know who you are. Oh, here we
You
go.
gotta be good at what you do, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. All right. Laureate and Savoy can each give me focus rolls at +3 due to the crowds.
Focus rolls at +3.
Nope. Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Savoy rocking it, yeah. So, all right, Laureate, you don't see this because it's just kind of too crowded, but Savoy, with your, I don't know, innate merchant vision, I'm not sure what I'm going to call that, you see someone who looks a lot like, and what was the daughter's name? I can't remember. It was odd. Valerie? Valerie, yeah. So you see someone like Valerie come along. Is she, I think we have to zoom out the map a bit for the stream. Include the intersection?
There. Okay. Yep. Got it. Oh wait, it doesn't show on screen because it's right on the edge. Let's do that. There. We go.
Yeah. See the girl in the? Is she visible yet?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
She would be wearing, if she does come, she'd probably be wearing the same sort of attire that I do, but obviously for a younger person.
Well, the only female I had was in a red dress. So
Yeah,
that's
I
what
know,
we're
no,
using.
I understand. I can do this.
So
Hold on.
yeah, right here is Savoy. You see someone who actually looks like Valerie, and you're pretty sure it is Valerie. I'm not gonna say looks like. It's just the distance is kind of far away, but she looks familiar.
Mama.
Hmm?
Valerie.
Oh, let me go get her through the checkpoint.
Okay.
Okay, and indeed, by the time you get there, she has reached. Well, she's in the line. Okay. Boink.
I'm gonna go myself just because I assume that
Assume what?
they'll want to talk to the captain.
Possibly. Laureate, are you doing anything while this is happening?
I'm gonna just drop down and just wait here.
Okay.
See what's gonna happen.
All right. And again, it takes a few minutes because she has to get in line and wait for people to come through, and some make it and some do not.
I'm
And
gonna
finally-
wait patiently.
Yeah, so she steps up and she's in front of the captain who's handling these interviews. And state your business, Valerie. Did they have a family name? I don't remember.
No.
Oh, okay, that's fine. And she's like, pretty much, I'm supposed to be going on that ship there, and points to the cupcake.
Now I'll wave to the captain from.
Oh yeah, and she recognizes, hi, Mama.
Hey.
She says, there's the captain. I'm supposed to be traveling with my, well, it's not really related per se.
Teacher.
Teacher. Yeah, that's it. There you go. My teacher. We're going on a trip together. And he looks back at you as come up.
Yep, she's here we go. I'll come up. Hi.
So we have your cargo lading. It didn't say you were taking on extra passengers.
Well, she's an expert in what Laureate is as well, so it's a good learning trick. And if Laureate gets knocked down, I have somebody else as a backup, right? So it's always good to have that extra redundancy, especially when you're in Diazer. I mean, there's not a lot of redundancy up there.
Make a fast talk roll. Gonna give you a cocked eyebrow.
Oh no!
And for good reason, apparently. Yeah. So we've been any deviation or last-minute changes to passenger ladings or cargo ladings is supposed to be cleared to the port master. I'm gonna have to ask you both to come with us.
Okay, that's no problem. And I'll just kind of indicate back like it's fine. We'll be right back. It's fine. Just stick close to me, Valerie. We'll just go clear this up, and we'll be on our way.
Yep. All right.
I exude confidence.
Okay. All right. And so, yeah, Laura, you see Malma and Valerie go with two of the guards up this way. There. So she gives you a cheery wave and they walk off.
Laureate, come here. Come up here.
I'm gonna wait here. Is that okay? I know. I won't. I won't.
I understand.
All right. So, Malma, you and Valerie are taken to the port master's building. It's nothing, it's no place you haven't been before. Yeah. Right. They again more line waiting because the people who didn't make it through are busy having their business taken care of. And this takes about 20 minutes, and finally it's your turn. So you're put in front. It's kind of like at the DMV is the best place to put this. Is the best way to put this, where you join a line, you get up there, you talk to this person behind a partition, a wooden partition, and they are apparently have the power, as you know, either to anything from letting you go with no questions asked, to duty fees, to impounding your ship, to having you arrested. It's kind of your the next few minutes are in their hands, depending on what you say to them. So they wave you forward, come up. What's your business?
Oh, we are doing a delivery for Lady Makia. I handed all the paperwork already. I just had one extra individual here who is the student of one of my crew members and is a redundancy for this very important journey to Summit. And I was hoping to just clear it to bring her on board, of course.
Let me see the cargo lading.
Of course. I hand over the paperwork.
Unfolds that, skims a lot faster than the guard does. All right, this is an order. Gives it back to you. So this person is a passenger or a crew member?
I view her more as a crew member. She's working with her teacher from the academy, and I intend to put her to work, so it's a crew member.
Okay, then. I suppose if you'd been clearer about that at the beginning, we could have avoided all this, but that's fine.
My apologies. It's been a long day.
So fill out the crew member addition form, slides a form to you, and then of course there's a standard fee of 1 gold to add the member to your crew from this port.
I pay it gladly. I take it off my sheet.
Is the sheet filled out honestly, Mama?
Yeah, the sheet is filled out honestly with, like, Lady Makia.
Destination, yada yada yada,
Yeah.
Mama Calyx, blah blah
Exactly.
blah. Okay.
Little heart. And no, it is honestly filled out. The honesty being, the thing that will get me through.
Everything except the 2 smuggled noble people. Out of it. Yeah, exactly.
2 smuggled people.
All right.
1 weird box with life thing in it.
Yep. Well, that's just cargo. It's just cargo.
My cargo.
It's all good. Yep. All right. Scans the form over again. Okay. And takes your money, issues you a receipt, says, all right. Thank you very much. You're free to go again. No ships are leaving just yet, so wait until you receive official notice from the port master that you can cast off.
Of course. And thank you and good luck.
Mm-hmm. Next. And you're... That all takes about a good, waiting in line, getting up there, filling out the form, a good half hour.
Okay.
But then you're coming all the way back with Valerie in tow.
Perfect.
And she's like, I ask you kind of a couple questions, like, do you have to do that a lot? That seems like is there that much paperwork to being an airship captain?
You don't usually handle it. I just thought that I should come to meet you this time so that Laureate didn't.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I'm really glad you're here. Now let's just get back on the ship, and thank you for coming. This is going to be great.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I have to admit, I kind of made up just my mind at the last minute. That's why I'm glad you hadn't taken off yet, because I was worried I was going to miss the flight, but I'm glad I came.
Good.
I hope I wasn't any trouble.
No, we're glad to have you. Honestly, this will be fun, and it'll put Laureate's mind at ease knowing that you're there with her too. So.
Okay.
And you're gonna love it. Oh, Diazar is so beautiful.
I've always heard. I've never seen it. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so Mama, you can put yourself back on the ship. You're passed through, just pretty much you show the receipt, and it's like, yeah, they wave you through pretty much. Coming back without any issues is no problem.
Perfect. Do I get any impression that Valerie is very nervous, or?
I'm excited. More excited about being on an airship. Not
Okay,
nervous
perfect.
per se, but
So I don't need to
a new adventure kind of thing.
Okay, so I'll launch into some of my best early sailor stories to get her excited, even though they're mostly all terrible, with people falling off ships and accidentally ramming into ports and but I'm very excited.
Okay, all right. Well, you maybe another fast talk roll.
See how freaked out I get her?
Well.
That would make it not a lot.
All right, she just kind of takes the port, the ramming into port thing. She's like, well, I won't be steering anything. And he's falling off the ship's like, okay, be very careful on the railing. So she turns into more of an object lesson than anything. But yeah, she pales a little bit at some of your tales, especially ones about the storms in the Azure and things like that. And okay.
And part of it is she's excited, but she also wants her to know, okay, we're gonna have a good time, but be smart.
There you go.
Follow orders. Follow orders.
Okay, right. If I tell you to go below, go below. Don't exactly. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, and in your exuberance, yeah, she's a little bit pale at times for a few minutes. So okay.
Hand her off to Laureate. Let's get on board. And
right. Okay.
Glad you came, Valerie. Wasn't sure you were
Yeah,
gonna
she gives you a big hug when she sees you as well, and says, "I'm happy to be here. I'm sorry. I was as I was telling Mom, I almost didn't decide to come. It was literally this morning when I decided to show up. I'm so glad you're still here. I thought you might have left without me. So I'm very excited, and I think this is going to be great. So thank you for inviting me, Lori. I really appreciate it.
Great. Once we get going, I'll give you some tasks to do. We'll set you up on the ship. Welcome to the cupcake.
Sure. Yeah, Mom has been regaling me with stories of good and bad times on the cupcake. Hopefully this will be more good than bad. So, right. All right. Let's see. What is everyone else doing while this is going on?
A bit of forethought. We knew we were coming back, so I believe Everest would have had servants or whoever would have taken materials from the manor house onto the ship. He'd be reading that book on spiritualism. He would have probably went down to his berth really quickly, picked it up, came back out on deck.
Oh yeah, you don't need to know quickly. Remember, you've been sitting here for now over an hour, basically. So plenty of time.
Right.
Plenty of time. Yeah. Savoy?
Savoy is watching. She's weirdly used to waiting on this kind of thing. So
Right.
she's watching and she's waiting. Nothing's exploded below, so the box is still contained.
Indeed.
Otherwise, when I see Mama coming back with Valerie and they come on board, I know I don't have to like jump Laureate or anything to keep her from,
Yes, but Laureate's relief is palpable once they return
Yeah,
from
you
the
definitely watch
Portmasters.
her like she was stressing out the whole time. Like she
well,
was
yeah.
staff
Pacing
and all
back and
that.
forth.
I've seen Laureate stress. And I a lot of my attention was on Laureate and whether or not literally gonna have to jump down the gangplank and tackle Laureate kind of deal. She's waiting and she's watching. That's she does a lot of people watching in general, so
Yep.
that's what it does.
Okay, and then Mama, what are you up to at this point in time?
I've kind of just done a quick check on each of the crew to make sure that, yeah, we're ready. And then I'm gonna keep an eye out on the order and kind of the portmaster and just kind of, fly casual on my own deck. But I'm ready to jump into action and get us out. Taking after port with me if necessary.
That's one way to do it. All right, and then Laureate, you're kind of hanging with Valerie, basically?
Yeah, just kind of letting her enjoy the deck before going on to the upper deck.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
And as some time has passed there, John, could I make a roll on that book to see if he deciphers anything?
Sure.
What would you like?
That'd be knowledge.
Any plus to that knowledge as it's you said it was
You're just kind of wading in, so for right now, it's just even up.
Hey.
Okay. So, because this is a different magical path than you're used to, it's a lot more esoteric.
Right.
It's not impossible. It's not like impenetrable. It is complex. So you're kind of familiarizing yourself. This is kind of like, I don't want to say like chapter 1, spiritualism for dummies, but in a way that kind of is it's like kind of like an introduction. And even that has taken you most of this hour to get through and feel like you're comfortable with the precepts this book is going to go into.
Okay.
And even the introduction is written at this is a fairly high level of practitioner. So this is something that's going to be ongoing for you for a while. But you feel like you're starting to get a grasp on it. So that's where you are. So, been worth it. Your head's a little spinny by the time you're done, but like, okay, I think I got, precept of mind-body continuum, where the spirit falls into that, yada, 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 that kind of stuff. So, there you go.
Okay.
All right, Malma and Savoy, make me focus rolls, please. Malma just missed hers.
Not that focused. Focused on.
You focus on your crew, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Did not make it this time.
No, he did not. So, all right. Well, in that case.
Sorry. I told you I make it.
You did a lot.
You know,
Now,
yeah,
now I'm at the
exactly.
point where pretty much every roll I'm going to make is not going to do well.
All right,
All
well, in that
downhill
case,
from here.
might be a little,
That's okay, that's
might be a
okay.
little problematic.
Uh-oh.
You love it when a GM says it might be a little problematic.
Did you see all the little bonums he's putting on?
Well, yeah. See, the problem is they're getting, since no one happened to notice the little conversation at the crossroads. These guys are getting closer, and indeed, they're about this close when one of you actually notices them, and they seem to be very directly heading toward your ship. Mama.
Are they the guard? Who are they?
Oh yeah, they're definitely there. It's a half dozen members of the order with the soldier who was checking papers at the crossroads.
I'm gonna stand at the top of the gang way just because it's my ship, and regardless of which port I'm in, you're going to ask my permission to come on board of it.
Oh sure, yeah.
And I'm going to kind of motion for the others, like maybe just stand a little bit further, so we don't look threatening, but maybe get Valerie out of here.
Yeah,
So what does everyone else wish to
I'll
do
just
as
tell
they
Valerie,
approach?
Valerie, just head under deck for a bit, and I'll let you know when it's okay to come back up. Is that all right?
Sure, Laureate. Yep. All right, so we'll have her over just in the below deck for sure.
Yep.
And yes, the captain comes over and says, "Permission to come aboard, Captain."
Permission granted to you, Captain, but not to your entire crew. I don't feel like I'm getting boarded for no reason here, but I'm happy to have you on board so that we can talk.
The order has a very good reason to have these men come aboard, and it is not. If one of us is coming aboard, we're all coming aboard.
Do you? Well, why do you have a good reason? Tell me this good reason then, so that I can welcome you aboard my ship. If it is to keep us safe, then of course.
I prefer this news not go any further than it has to, and calling to you across the bow here ensures that other people may hear what I have to say to you. I'd much rather say it a little bit more quietly, if you don't mind.
What if I meet you down there instead, and then I will welcome you?
That is perfectly fine if you should join us here.
I will step down and just at the end again. I would prefer them not on my ship.
No, I understand.
What's going on? I look concerned.
Well, that's probably a pretty good expression to have. He looks like, he looks official. He just looks like he's carrying on his business.
I don't know him?
Well, no, not really. It's the same guy who was, like you said, handled your interaction over at the intersection, but that's it. So, I regret having to approach you this way, Captain. However, it seems that we have received word that apparently you or some members of your crew were involved in this altercation that happened in the city earlier, and we have orders to search your ship.
Which altercation? I don't even know what happened in the city, and my crew was with me, so...
Hopefully that's good for you then. If you do not know anything about what happened, then I'm sure you have nothing to fear. And if you have nothing to fear or hide, then consenting to have your ship searched should not be an issue for you, now would it?
Captain, I'm sure that with your great career so far, you know that most ship captains do not like having their ships searched because sometimes people make a mess. Can you promise me that your people are not going to mess? I have some of Lady Makia's cargo on board. I have Lady Savoy Veneer on board. I mean, I'm trying to up my game as a ship captain. I can't just scare these clients away with random order searches. And I know I've made a lot of people mad in town just by being amazing and a hero of Gelspar and all that ridiculousness. So probably some trickster out there decided to make trouble before I leave this area. And I don't want to make trouble for you. I'm not saying no. I just want to know that this isn't going to like ruin me here. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Make a fast talk roll, please.
Yes.
All right. He kind of nods and says, "Look, perhaps this is nothing more than crossed wires, Captain. I am aware of your status in the city. It does seem a little unusual, but I have my orders and I am sworn to follow them. We'll try to ensure
I
that my men will be as respectful of your property as possible.
Thank you. I mean, and you have to remember here, if I may, that we did take out the leader of the chasers.
Well, that doesn't have any bearing on what I'm doing right now.
No,
Madam.
but it might have bearing on the fact that they might be the ones making trouble and trying to pin it on us and distract your attention. I'm just suggesting here out of
It is possible, but that's beyond, right now, it's beyond the scope of my purview.
Perfect, well-
I have what I need to do, and just going to leave it at that.
Well, Captain, I appreciate you explaining this to me and hearing me out. I feel validated as one working captain to another working captain. So please, if you and your men will come on board, I will trust you to be kind to my ship and my passengers and crew.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate that. Very much so. Okay. Lead the way, Captain. Thank you.
And now, just like in Malma's head, like she knows the compartments are hidden. Like she's not worried about them being discovered.
Yep.
What else they might find on board, that's more of a concern than finding the people right now.
Yep. All right. I use the DM hand to move you on board there. So.
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
All right. Yoink, 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 and then they come on board too. Where's my guy? There he is. All right.
What's happening,
Okay.
Captain?
Oh, it's just a regular search. Some troublemakers sent them our way. Nothing big. They'll just do their job, and they'll do a fine job of it, and then they'll be on their way. So everybody just cooperate. It's fine.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
I'll indicate to the crew, like, still be ready.
You know what to do. You know what to do. Try and act normal.
Like,
If we have to run and then push them all off into the Azure, I suppose we'll do that, but I don't really want to.
just picturing Momo shove, 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 shove.
Right? Fly casual,
I'm just seeing one
everyone.
of those comedic things where like the guards go around corners and like your men are like quickly hiding all the bad stuff as soon as they get around the corner and then keep going to the next corner. It's...
Well, there's enough things, just because the Cupcake is rather a smuggling ship, I feel like they put enough out to allay the suspicions, like some liquors that shouldn't be there, but nothing super bad, right? It's like doing just a little bit over the
Something to
speed
help
limit.
bribe them, maybe.
I just hope they don't decide to open Melchia's box.
If they want to open Malkia's box, they can take it up with her.
Yeah, true.
But Malma will kind of go with them.
I figured you'd kind of stay with them exactly.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's just,
Except he starts parsing them off into pairs. A pair go to the aft, for example, after the ship. Come on, you. There we go. Like over here, or three of them. Sure, why not? The other three stay with him. It's like if you take us below, so we can look around below decks, please.
yeah. I will personally escort you.
Okay.
There's a package by Lady Makia. I assume you won't
as long as
open it.
I already inspected your lading, it's secure. There's nothing for me to do there. Cargo from a noble house is cargo from a noble house. There's no
I can't
unless
wait
I'd received evidence that it was containing something that the noble house should not be transporting. I have no reason to believe otherwise.
Let's throw the box growls at them.
Yeah, I was gonna say when he says that, you just see Everest's like,
Okay.
We got this.
So how well are those compartments hidden, Savoy?
Boy.
Malma.
Or Mama, sorry, Mama.
Alexa Boy is not in charge. She don't
gonna
know nothing.
I was gonna say she suddenly had a career change.
Wow.
So,
Well, Mama's trying to recruit her, so that's
The
not
boy's
too outside
secretly the
realm of
pirate princess this
possibility.
entire time.
So when you consider that Malma's entire raison d'etre with the Cupcake is to carry women safely without anybody coming on board finding them, they're the most hidden thing in the Cupcake. Like the care was put into those being hidden, careful, like double walls, like,
Right.
it's not a comfortable space because they don't want it to be too big, so it becomes as a dead space. So like you
Yep.
wouldn't stay there for a full ship,
Right.
but so it's not comfortable.
Just enough to get you out of port, and
Exactly,
So, like Millennium Falcon level, scanners can't pick it up, that kind of thing. It looks exactly like the bulkhead or whatever, the wall. You really could not tell the difference. Right?
Exactly, that's the level. Like everything else on the
Yeah.
Cupcake can be sketchy, questionable, half functional, but that is hidden. That is the raison d'être of the cupcake.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
And there are other smuggling areas that are like bigger for like booze.
Right.
Those are not that hidden, so like, they can find those no problem. They're currently empty because we emptied up, but
Yeah, but you call that little nook we sometimes use for stuff, but it's empty. And you're right. They do find a couple of those ones, the ones that are like not the bait compartments, but you know what I mean. If you need them to find something to assuage themselves, like there's nothing in there. So
exactly enough to allay suspicion, right? Like they find because they know it's probably got some compartments somewhere.
Yep, that's true. Okay. So yeah, they do not find the personnel compartments at all. So they're doing their job, which is there you go. Okay, all right. And he says, yeah, everything down here looks to be in order. If you would please come back up with me upstairs, we can finish this off.
Of course, and thank you for being so kind to the ship. By the way, that's very professional of you. I appreciate it.
The order doesn't wish any poor, I guess, public relations, you could call it, than anyone else does. So we have a job to do, and we try to do it to the best of our ability.
Much appreciated, and I will follow him out.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this is. Can we get up there? There. Okay. And say we're gonna keep them. I'm just gonna move them off because they're not really.
Yeah, they hit
invested. Yep. Okay.
Oh my God, they're right there.
Whoops. Don't open the other door. On the way outside. Oh, okay.
Don't look under the bed.
All right. So, all right. So, yeah, so your hold passes muster. There's nothing there. It is unfortunate, however, that I must request that you, Captain Mama, and you, Laureate, accompany us back to the Order's, what do they call it? The Order headquarters for questioning.
For questioning?
Yes, it seems that It seems that there is suspicion that you were involved in the aforementioned incident in town. We need to take you back to the headquarters for questioning.
Is this going to take very long? I mean, I don't want to wait. I mean, I know you have to do your job again. I respect that, but I don't want to make Lady Makia wait longer than necessary. I am supposed to leave today.
Again, your cargo and transport now is out of my hands. So I don't know how long it's going to take. We can try to hurry it as much as possible, but it may be the rest of the day.
We have respect for the Order.
If you need some sort of excuse from us as to what happened, I'll be happy to write you up a reason as to why you were delayed.
No, I would much prefer Lady Makia not be made aware of this at all, in fact, if possible. I'm sure we can clear this all up.
We have no reason to tell her.
Perfect. Bless your heart. I'm sure we can come clear this all up. Do you mind waiting for a second? I'm just going to give my crew, make sure that everyone's clear, that everyone knows to take the rest of the day off easy until I'm back.
Sure.
Perfect. I'll join you in a second off the ship. Thank you.
We'll be waiting.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll be waiting right here for you.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
You'll notice the other three haven't moved either. They're surrounding kind of the group in a way. So, by all means.
All right.
First of all, what is everyone else kind of doing or not doing or whatever while this is going on? Because conversation was right in front of everybody.
All right,
Everest would have been.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
You do.
I was just gonna say that Everest at that point would have put the book away and would have been like not overly impressed. He's again in his final form of brooding state. Definitely unimpressed with the turn of events that are transpiring and just kind of standing there glaring ominously.
All right. Savoy?
She's just going to cross on and look really annoyed, and she'll just say, she'll look at the captain and say, I assume this is Laurel's doing?
Actually, I said Savoy, not Laureate.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
let Laureate do her thing.
Okay.
We don't have to say anything yet.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, Laureate. What you said? This is who's doing?
Laurel's doing, my mother. You know, Laurel Blackwood. Laurel.
This is straight from the Order, not from the
Oh,
ballast.
yes, that's what they all say. I mean, like, she can probably order the military order based on what happened last time. Fine.
It's irrelevant, Laureate. I
Why,
have my
why
orders.
can't
I'm carrying them out.
the whoever's in charge of this, whatever's happening, come here and talk to us here? We're happy to wait here and chat to them.
Hey, John, just
Yeah.
out of since Adriel is my anchor,
Mhm.
these new orders and everything, are they written? Or is this something I need to I should be stepping up and saying these new orders could?
Well, Adriel's your anchor, but not order law, not
I
military
know.
law.
No,
So
I'm
it's
trying,
up to you. You can do whatever you want. It's not like you guys have had that much brush with the law before. Last time you got arrested outside of Maddox's place, they just said, come with us, and you went with them. So maybe, but it's not like you're really schooled in the finer points of, this isn't Law and Order Adriel edition. So what you want to say is up to you. So think about that while this conversation is going on. And he's like, Laureate, okay, I'm sure you know it's much easier to bring the suspects into the
Oh, so we're
headquarters.
suspects. Okay, now I know. Yes.
As you said, you were associated with the incident. I didn't say, and it's true. He's like, yeah, he kind of shrugs like, yeah, I didn't say witnesses. So if we're going to bring you in, we're going to bring you in. And his hand kind of doesn't drop quite to his sword, but certainly is hovering near there. I hope you won't make this difficult for us.
Well, why don't we just...
Right now, it's
we
routine
can just get the
questioning.
Vice Admiral here and we can have this discussion right here in the open. I'm happy to do that.
That is not what my orders have said to do.
Savoy,
Vice Admiral is a busy person, and we have been tasked with bringing you both back to headquarters.
Savoy's going to step up and say, I'm certain, Captain, you don't mind if I accompany you all.
That's perfectly fine.
I would rather
Lady
not.
Veneer, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
My captain and Laureate.
Quite all right.
Questions. I'd like to watch as much of the proceedings as I can. Everest, I will just sort of, give him an imperious nod to come with.
Oh, yeah, the intention was the second you guys left, he was just going to, enter brooding state and just keep going with you guys.
No.
Just-
If they're bringing my captain and my Laureate, my mage, the Savoy's like, all right, fine, we will come and watch this. And my other mage, come with me. You're my bodyguard. Remember,
Yes.
y'all belong to me. So,
Wow.
While this is all going on, Mama, what are you informing your crew, if anything?
I'm just gonna tell them, okay, keep everything safe. We do have some deliveries to be done. So if you see that it's a chance between the cupcake not being able to go and the cupcake having to go without us, you make that call. And I'm talking to my first mate, Alicia, now. You make that call. I trust you, and you do what you have to do. Wait as long as you can, but if you see that we're in too much trouble and you've got to go, you go. We'll catch up with you.
All right. Out of game, Mama, did you were the first mate that she has the Saya and Elise have a destination in mind, right? I think they do. We'll say they do. It's not a problem.
Yeah, we'll say they do, and we'll say that the information was all passed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, she says, yeah, I mean, once we get the word to go, assuming we do know that you're not going to be here, which I'm not sure how that's going to play out. So if we get the word to go, probably going to give it like another hour at most, then we're going to cast off.
Do what you have to do. Keep them safe and keep them in the clear. That's what matters.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. And I'm going to hand her. I'm going to hand her most of my money over. I don't have exactly how much money I have, and I'll just hand it to her and say, I have my savings in my captain's quarters. If you need anything, I trust you with the cupcake.
All right.
Just,
safe travels, Captain.
well, here's hoping we'll see each other soon again. Beware of the Azure. Safe
Yes.
travels.
Okay. All right. So that's done. So, okay.
And
Not being questioned.
yeah, so I'll also leave all my stuff behind, like on the ship, or like in the open, like my bag, you know, anything I'm carrying that's not my stuff, and obviously my hidden compartment of daggers, all the stuff that I brought to part of the journey. I don't want to bring anything that's obviously part of our
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
attempt.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do it.
And
Just gonna do it.
Savoy
Obviously,
is not splitting up her party again. So she is.
Okay.
She's like, she got her maid, she got her bodyguard, she got her wizard, basically. Just like, right. You guys are
Okay.
mine. I guess I will come watch this thing and report back to various people if bad things happen. That's the unspoken, the subtext of her.
I'll walk out.
Yeah.
I'm watching this, and there will be people who will be reported to. And
Yeah.
but I make nice, Oh, Captain, what is your actual name?
Good question.
Yeah, I basically ask his name, his rank, who his boss is.
Yeah,
how does he like?
Captain Liesel. Lisle is his name. And he seems affable enough now that there's not going to be any difficulty. And yeah, he responds to you. But his superior is a major. Let's see. We need to have a list of names ready for this.
Well, you don't actually have to tell me. The fact that I know them now is just, it's kind of like.
It's a Major Alaric is his superior. Yeah.
He should be aware that now that I am involved, I'm like, okay, getting name, rank, serial number, who do I have to, whose manager do I have to go talk to later if things don't go the way I like them to?
Right. He freely gives all that information. Yeah.
Very polite manner.
Yeah, he's
Diplomatic.
the same as well. Yeah, it's having a conversation between a member of the city and its law enforcement. Exactly.
Yep.
There's the big kitty. All right.
Yep.
So yeah, you're led to a not a paddy wagon certainly, but a wagon to be carted back off the port, up to the headquarters. So it's and here we go, and carted through there, brought inside, led upstairs. You're not led to the Vice Admiral's office, however. You're led to a different kind of a holding area per se, it seems. And that is where they want you to, the officers, I'm sorry, but I have to split you up. It's, again, orders. Malma and Laureate are in this room. Everest and Lady Veneer in this room, please.
But you're not questioning them. You're just questioning Laureate and I, right? Or are you going to make this hard for everyone?
I have no intention of making it hard for anyone. I shouldn't have to question those two unless for some reason they give me reason to, but they're right now here as witnesses per se, but they're not allowed inside the interrogation room.
That's fair.
That's fine.
We'll see you soon.
Good luck.
All right.
Eh. These people seem reasonable. We'll be out of here soon. Just gripping Laureate's arm like, if you fly off the handle, you will be flying off other things.
All right, and so they take you each into separate rooms. Laureate and Malma, you're kept in a room, and there's a table in the middle. There's two chairs, actually three chairs, two on one side, one on the other side. Otherwise, the room is empty. And you're left there for the time being, unknown as to how long.
Oh. At my feet.
Anything you wish to do, or anything you wish to talk about while you're here?
I'll just say that's probably about the red market yesterday.
Oh, probably.
I told you, I hate her. Probably pushing the military order to do something to her.
Your mom is something else. I thought I had issues with my parents. You win out, my friend. And I'll just put up my feet on the table and no, not on the table. That's a bit rude. I don't want the order to get too mad, but I'll relax and lean back and.
Okay.
Want to leave this place now? Actually, I'm starting to get sick of it. I see what you mean by staying in the skies sometimes.
You're gonna love it, my friend. Let me tell you about this one time, and I'm gonna launch.
Go for it.
Okay.
Be a nice, long, intricate tell.
Wait,
I'm
so
gonna
that
be very
shit
excited
went
to tell
into
it.
the cloud storm? You're kidding me.
Yeah, and there were these fish people that were like raining down on us.
Okay, so you're regaling Laureate with Wild Tales of the Azure. All right.
Yeah.
In the other room, Laureate and Savoy, you are ushered in where the Vice Admiral is sitting.
Actually, it's Everest.
Yeah.
Everest and Savoy.
I'm sorry, Everest and Savoy.
I was confused for a second. I'm like, uh-oh. Did I just...
And he looks fairly stern. I was like, Lady Veneer, Everest, please have a seat.
He does.
I wait.
He returns the stern look.
Savoy
No.
does not. Savoy is very diplomatic right now. He's just,
Yep. All right.
all right, what happened?
I'm hoping this is some sort of unfortunate misunderstanding. And I want you both to think very, very, very carefully about your answer to this question. Were you in the vicinity of, I can't remember the merchant's name, but he mentions the jewel merchant's house?
Colbin family.
Oh yeah, it's true. The Tolan family. Were you in the vicinity of the Tolan house this morning, say around 8 a.m.? Anywhere from 8 to 9.
Before I answer the question, this is Jennifer thinking, or the
Sure.
with the path getting from my estate to the
Cupcake.
docks, the cupcake, go past it. Go past this area.
Wait a minute. So you're saying if you went from your estate to the dock, would you go past their house?
The Tolan area.
No, it's the other direction.
Okay. Excuse me, cat. She shakes her head. No.
And were any of your? Oh, actually, so he looks at you for a second and then looks over at Everest.
No.
Were any members of your party in that area this morning?
No, I don't believe so.
I couldn't tell you. I was sleeping one off. I got really drunk last night.
Both of you make fast talk rolls at disadvantage.
Oh,
Wonderful.
bollocks. All right, disadvantage.
You got this.
Fast talk, no. Failed once.
Oh, wow, Everest.
Wow.
Fast talk number 2. Well, I failed once, barely.
All right, you have to take the lower. You have to take
Wait,
the
wait,
higher
wait.
roll.
Are we in combat? Does that?
No, we're not in combat.
Oh, I can't use my
No.
4-point thing.
No, afraid not. Everest actually made his, amazingly.
I mean.
Which, well, it was a fairly simple story. So,
Yeah.
and he steeples his hands and leans on the table. Going to assume, but he stares very hard at Savoy now and says, I'm going to lay out what we know. Teller, what do we call him? He's
Was
Tolan. All right.
Tolan.
The head of Tolan House was killed earlier today in an apparent assault. I'm not sure. We're still piecing together some details. His wife and her handmaiden are missing. And a witness says they heard the names of 2 of your compatriots in part of the group that chased him down and killed him in the alley. Laureate and Malma. The witness is very certain those are the names they heard. There were 2 other members of this group that were cloaked and disguised as well, causing this mayhem and destruction in our city. Now, I'm going to ask you again. Were you or any of your party near the Tolan residence this morning?
And because she doesn't know that what's his face died, she's like, no, absolutely not. Because she doesn't know he died.
That's true. All right. And
It's
where
like she's like, absolutely not.
and where were you this morning, Lady Savoy?
At home, getting ready to go to the dock. Went to the dock.
And when did you leave your household?
I don't keep track of those things.
You don't recall when you get ballpark time is fine. The hour.
Somewhere between, I guess, between 9 and 10.
And yet it took you an hour and a half to get down to the dock.
When's the last time you my apologies. The streets got very, very crowded.
Not
There
at
were a number of
8,
us.
9 in the morning. And even so, even on foot, it would not take you that long. An hour and a half? Unless you perhaps stopped along the way somewhere? Which I'm sure can be easily verified if you did indeed stop along the way somewhere.
This is not something that I don't know exactly when I left. I don't have to keep track of my time like that. But I didn't hurry to the docks. I didn't meander too hard. I didn't stop anywhere. I mean, I did watch some of the people and such, but I didn't go shopping.
Okay. Was anyone with you?
I pointed at Everest.
Just him?
He was with me, yes.
So you two alone got up, left your house, came down to the docks. The pair of you.
We met up with Mama and Laureate
Met up with them where?
along the way.
So they were not in your sight that morning. I know they've been staying at your place, but that morning
yes.
they were gone.
They had things that they had to do.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, as those two names are the only names that I have heard, it would seem that your friends may have hired others to pull this. I can only assume it was some sort of assassination is the best thing that comes to mind.
I can't see either of them doing that.
I couldn't either, but
Yeah.
unless you have a reasonable alibi for them, but you can't speak to that yourself because you were not with them at the time, it's going to depend on their answers, I suppose.
Yes, I suppose it is, but that I can't see that happening. I can't see them doing that.
Well, I guess we'll find out one way or the other.
Yes.
I will tell you, it's very unlikely that they're leaving this place. I cannot, until I have firm belief that they are not the ones, which I would like to believe, given that you are the heroes of Gelspar. However, we have to follow up on this. And I have to say it's not looking good.
All right.
So wait here and I'll be back. So he gets up and walks out. All right, back to Laureate and Mama.
John, as he walks out and as the door closes, you hear he kind of just very quietly says, "We're in very big trouble right now."
Yeah, you can say that. So the door, after this takes about 15 minutes, the door opens and an officer you've not seen before walks in. And walks in with two guards who take up positions on either side of the door.
It's not usually a great sign, but okay, whatever.
Closes the door. Until the woman, the ranking officer, is a woman. And she steps around to the single chair and says, "I'm Major Alaric. You've already met." Actually, one of the guards is Liesel, who brought you in. She sits down. That says you are Mama, pointing to Mama, and you are Laureate, correct?
Yep. Good to meet you, Major.
Yes, it's hopefully it will remain so as we continue.
At the
Thank you
incident
for-
yesterday?
No, this is not about the incident yesterday.
Nah, that's a new
Where
one.
were you two this morning at approximately 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
Are we still getting ready to leave?
We might
I
have
don't remember.
been.
I've lost. Getting ready. I think. Yeah, I think we're getting ready. I'm not sure though. Yeah, like we did leave.
So
we had to pick up the extra people.
Were
for-
you getting ready to leave at 8 a.m.?
Well, I can't remember exactly when it was. I was too busy getting ready. We're about to leave with some serious package. It's just stressful, having to deal with all this.
Well, I would imagine, certain events can be very stressful, but you still haven't answered my question. Where were you this morning at 8 a.m.? Not what you were doing, but where were you this morning at approximately 8 a.m.?
Now, were we still getting ready, or did we leave by then? I don't remember.
I think by then, we might have been. I mean, we did so many things this morning. There was a lot of getting ready. There was a bit of a walk around. Yeah, get the extra crew gathered. I mean, I can't say that I know exactly where we were at 8 a.m.
All right, maybe I need to take this a step further. When you woke up this morning, where was that?
Obviously, within your residence.
Yeah.
Okay. And approximately, what time did you wake up this morning?
It was early.
Yeah, the sun was coming. The sun was
Before
out.
dawn? Sunrise? A little after?
I'm too excited to sleep too much. So yeah, it was just sunrise at the latest.
Okay. All right. Sunrise.
Yeah, there was a lot to be done.
Sure. All right. And then when did you leave the Vania residence?
I mean, we had some breakfast,
Yeah.
and then there was some people to go get. Some people
I'm sorry, some people to go get. Some people to
Well,
go
yeah.
get from where?
my crew.
And where did you pick them up?
I met some of them just down on the way to the Port of Dreams.
They were just out on the street waiting for you to be picked up, like
Yeah, we'd
a
planned.
carriage?
No, my crew is very well organized. We planned to meet each other, of course, knowing that we would depart today with Lady Malkia's box that we received, package that we received yesterday. We don't want to keep a noble waiting too long, after all.
That may be. So you got up, ate, left the Vania residence, went to pick up your crew, and then what happened after that?
Well, we didn't go directly to pick up the crew. I mean, we walked around a little bit. Now, Mom was trying to do the calculation in her head and hoping she's not out speaking. But I mean, we walked around a bit just to see the city. before leaving it.
I'm sorry, I thought there was a lot to do. You said you were very busy. Now suddenly you have time for sightseeing?
Before leaving, are you an airship captain, Major?
Answer my question. And you know
Before
very well, she points to the major's epaulets on her shoulder, I am not. But you said yourself there was much to do.
Yeah.
And now suddenly you had time for sightseeing. That does not seem like a busy airship captain or busy anyone to me if you have time to stroll around the city.
Walking around the city
Getting your
as a
crew is much
pinpoint.
to do, wouldn't it be? Sort of seems to be something you'd have to do to get your crew to leave
Yeah.
on the ship.
Get your crew.
You
Board.
said you already had the crew's position where you wanted them to be. So
Most of
why
them,
were you
yeah.
suddenly walking around the city?
We had to talk
Overcome
to
with
them to make
emotion
sure
for
that
Adriel?
you had to talk to them to make sure that everything was ready and all that, and anything they thought
Which
of.
you could easily do on the way to the ship.
Yeah, that's what we did. Why?
And yet you found time to get this sightseeing tour of the city in between that time where you
Oh,
had
wasn't it?
so much to do, your exact words. That doesn't sound like someone who's very busy to me. Doesn't sound like someone who has a timetable to adhere to. If you have time to sightsee around the city.
Sightseeing are your words.
You said yourself you walked around the city. That does not sound like you had a destination in mind. It does not sound like you had to pick someone up. It sounded like you were killing time. Your
No,
words.
we were looking for some of my extra crew when I came to Agile, and you can check it with the port master. I unfortunately had some problems with docking fees, and most of my crew I had to let go. So I was hoping to find maybe a couple more before heading off.
Well, we're well aware of the
Especially with the extra
issues you
cargo.
had when you arrived. And who bailed you out.
Well, I'm glad you know that. Then if you've checked everything else, then I don't even know what to tell you. You
Where
seem
is
to
this
know
going?
everything already.
Because we have to get going. We need to do this job.
Keep in mind, you're here at our request. That request can extend as long as we need it to. The fact that you have cargo delivered for, I don't care anyone, it could be the Sun Chamber, does not put you above the law. So I've been getting vague answers from you as to where you went this morning, including a walk around town, picking up your crew. And then what happened after you picked up your crew?
What do you think? We were at the dock.
So took you about an hour and a half to leave from the Veneer residence, go pick up the crew, and reach the dock. Is that about right?
Why, is
Didn't
that a
make
problem?
any other stops? Didn't make any other stops anywhere else at all?
Not intentionally, at least unless Malmer and her
Well,
crew
what
members
about
asked.
what about accidentally?
What are you implying?
Well, you're the one who said not intentionally, so something maybe slipped your mind that you might want to tell me about now?
All right, I'll admit it. And I pull out from the first session or second session we played, John, when Malma got these little mushrooms from the
Okay.
fast talker. She kept a few of them.
Right?
She go, I'll admit it. I got some of these, which sometimes can be useful if people are having freak out in the air. And I've never traveled with Lady Savoy, and she's a merchant, and there you go. I didn't know if I was going to need them, so I'm sorry. I stopped by to basically pick up some ill-acquired goods, and I feel terrible about it. I don't want to involve Lady Savoy or Lady Makia, but I didn't know how she would be at traveling, so I stopped and I picked those up. I'm sorry. I should have been honest. You're right.
Okay. I appreciate your honesty.
No, you don't, because it was a bit too late, and now I feel like I've already burned our bridge, and I don't have a good reputation with bridges around here, so I do apologize.
Indeed. Okay. All right. I I need you two to do something for me.
I hope it's not taking the mushrooms. I hate those things.
No. As a matter of fact, you can keep those. I don't really care about that.
Oh,
So
thank you.
if you will come with us, please. All right. So let's see.
Always blame the drugs, guys.
Okay, so they take you through the corridors to another room, and this is a strange one where you're led to, there's nowhere to sit, only to stand. And they take you and put you up against the wall, and you're facing some sort of window that's opaque of some kind. It's just the two of you, there's no one else there. And the major says, stay here for a moment, and steps out, and you're left alone in the room. And then a minute later, she comes back with a slip of paper and hands it to Malma first and says, I want you to say these phrases, speak it clearly, normally, regularly, and just say them when you're ready. Oh, hold on a second. There. And got one more for you. Hold on. Oh, 1 second. And Marie, check your Zoom chat, please.
I see that. I've got one of them.
Yeah, you're coming up. The other one's coming. Give me a second. All right. All right. Just say those two lines whenever you're ready, loudly
Yeah.
and clearly.
Auditioning for a play now. Interesting. Laureate, take her back to the carriage. No, Laureate, we should go.
Okay, thank you. All right, and let's see. Okay, and then turns to Laureate and says, Laureate, I want you to say the words on this page. There, and it hands you a small slip of paper as well. And check your Zoom chat, you'll see where that is.
All right, Malma, come on. So that
Okay.
means.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. And she steps out. Wait here,
Are we
please.
gonna? Are you going to tell us what this is all about?
In a minute. Okay. All right. So, let's see. So that's it. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, there's the other one. Sorry, there's actually two of them for you, Laureate. My mistake. I had one more for you. It's
I didn't even get your papers right. I'm supposed to say
There we
this is
go.
what let's go. All right, there you go. Let's go.
all right. Same thing. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And you're left in the bare room again. So, okay. Back to Savoy and Everest. We've also been sitting left in the room. And after a while, someone else comes back and introduces herself as Major Alaric. She's flanked by two guards, including Liesel Savoy, the one you saw earlier. And they ask you to come with them. And they bring you to a room similarly to what I've just described with Laureate and Malma, but it's empty. And they say, let's see, there we go, okay. And they say, all right, stand right here, please. And as Lady Veneer, if you would do me the kindness of saying these two phrases, please, clearly and loudly, just as you normally speak them.
Let's go.
And I have one more for you.
This is odd, but all right.
Okay, and open. There's the second one, please.
Mama, come on.
All right. All right, wait here, please. We'll be right back. And he steps out and leaves you alone in the room.
Everest is like, you people are very strange.
I don't understand what's going on, but
So, let's see. It was Malma and Laureate in the actual alley, correct?
mm-mm. Wait, what was Everest and Laureate?
Everest was still,
Malma
still
was
the
there,
carriage. It was actually Savoy. and
Laureate
Malma.
had taken her away, and the Lord had caught up with him. Malma was the one who had hit him. I know those two for sure. But
Yeah.
I thought Everest, you were still in the carriage
Yeah.
Yeah.
because at
Well-
the time we'd ended, only
He was in the he was in the
right,
tipped
only
out.
Laureate
was in
and
the tip-
Malma knew the Lord was dead at that time.
Oh, Mama knew?
No, Malma doesn't know. Everest does.
Oh, Everest does.
Everest and
Yeah.
Laureate know that the Lord is dead.
Yeah.
Mama
No.
suspects.
And Savoy
that's right, because
did not know
Laureate's-
until this moment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Laureate. Wait. So wait, who killed him? Laureate did or Malma did? I don't even remember.
It was Everest.
Everest
Who's
did.
Everest?
Oh, that's right.
Everest.
Yes, that's true. He didn't say anything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. He didn't see or say anything.
Malma's-
I whispered to Everest very carefully, very quietly, that our
Right.
names were said out
And
loud.
then-
You know what that means. I whispered
And then
that
he
to-
just lit the cloak on fire or whatever the guy was wearing. and
Right.
then
Right. Okay.
walked away.
Mm-hmm. Although-
yeah.
Mama suspected it, but she didn't ask.
Right.
No, we need to
I had
know.
no idea until now. They're just like, really?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he just lit the cloak on fire. The guy could have got away. You never know.
Sure.
With
I
you,
mean-
Everest?
Mm. Yeah, highly unlikely.
Especially since after Malma kind of knocked him out.
I mean, just because he has a concussion, it's
Yeah, knocked unconscious and lit on fire. I don't think he's gonna be coming back out of that one.
I mean,
Yep. All right. All right. After a few minutes, you're all brought back together in one room. There, as you're led to it, you'll notice a fairly heavy guard contingent in the hallway, and you're all there together. Again, Vice Admiral is in there with Major Alaric. It pains me to do this, but you've left me with no choice. We have an eyewitness who heard and has identified your voices. For you, Lady Savoy Veneer, and you, Captain Malma Calix, as being on site of the murder of Lord Tolan. And I have no choice but to place you both under arrest. Oh, actually, those are the two we can identify. Yeah, so I'm afraid I have to place you both under arrest for the charge is, well, basically kidnapping and murder. So,
What?
if you'll please surrender your weapons, and we will take you into custody.
What? Who is this witness that says that? Are you sure it's not someone from the Chasers or from
Gloria,
Morel?
make me a focus roll. That's just make me a straight focus roll.
Just missed it.
God doggone it.
This is just me.
We're never gonna. We're gonna just
Well,
end in jail.
Triffid Mats wants to inspire Laureate, so
Ah.
Yay,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
take that roll. Yeah, let's try it again.
Oh no!
It's me, guys. Remember that. Remember, everyone. It's me.
So,
Me.
it was once again it was Laureate. Actually, Mama, you can make the same roll because you were there. So also make me an insight roll, just straight up.
Oh no!
All right, he asked the question, and he just says it was someone who was on the scene who witnessed these cloaked hooded figures, but heard their voices clear enough to be able to identify you from the snippets that you gave in the other
yes,
rooms.
that's-
Their identity is being kept private
This
for
is
obvious reasons.
typical military order.
Are you telling me
Yes,
there's
it's called upholding the law, Laureate, and if you're not careful, I'll put you in jail right next to them because remember, your name was mentioned too. One more outburst out of you, you can be holding it in a cell right next to them. Watch your tongue. You're on very thin ice here. Your two friends are already in a lot of trouble. If you want to join them, feel free. I have had it with your attitude. We have a witness stating these people were on site. They have identified their voices, fairly distinct voices. This is more than just eyewitness, okay? Now, you two are going into custody. You two are not to leave town under any circumstances. We will be following up with you. If you wish to stay with them, I can arrange that. Now, what do you want to do?
They will return to the Veneer estate and let my sister know what has happened, as well as our other patrons. That is what they will do. And I look at Everett and I will look at Lori and I'm like, that is what you will do.
he just kind of resigns himself. And he's like, fine, and he's not impressed. He's
Both of you. They are upholding
Very.
the law. We will have a trial. Clearly something is wrong here. You will do what is needed to do. We will obey the law. Captain Moma and I will stay in custody. Is that clear, Laureate and Everest? Our patrons need to know, and my sister needs to know. Please.
Fine.
Thank you.
All right, Major, escort these two off the premises. You two divest yourself of all weapons, wands, any other materials, magical or otherwise.
Anything that I didn't leave back on the ship, I
Yep.
hand over because I am shit at lying.
Yeah. All right.
I'm taking all of mine out, looking very annoyed.
Okay. Everest and Laureate, you two are escorted out of the headquarters and left at the main entrance pretty much. So what do you wish to do?
Listen, you better go back to the Veneer residence. There's somewhere I need to go right now.
Where are you going?
I don't want to say.
This sounds highly circumspect.
Trust
I'm
me.
not
Please-
very
please.
comfortable.
Trust me. Trust me on this. Okay? I'll keep you out of it just in case.
This is a bad idea, but I really have no. I mean, if it's a jailbreak you're doing, that's really
No,
stupid.
I'm not. It's not a jailbreak.
In which case, he kind of throws his hands up in the air. Fine, I'll go back and notify them, letting them know.
I mean, if we can get Maddox and Makia and my family all up in arms, maybe. But this is just like,
Dear.
great. I'm in jail now.
I'm in jail, Mom. Mom, I'm in jail.
But
All right.
it's all
Yep.
I mean, if Everest knew what room you were in, he could potentially blow the cells.
well, we'll find out what happens because
all right.
at this point, maybe we've made enough friends to save the two of us. But you guys have to do the
I'm
walking and
gonna
talking.
message something to John.
That's what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see. We'll deal with Makia and Veneer first, because that's going to be fairly simple. So after you've divested yourselves, and those are taken into their inventory and their, catalog. It's the best way to put it. Then Major Alaric dismisses the guards and say, "I apologize, but I will have to search you physically just to make sure you're not trying to conceal anything on your persons. I will keep it
Actually,
quick and perfunctory.
has she?
But there is no choice here."
I'm just trying to figure out if she's ever actually been searched in. You know what? She probably has in her long time.
It's unlikely, since you are a merchant class, is just below a noble. So
But as the envoy with her husband and some of the.
it was on the honor system most of the time. It's not that you were going to like enemy countries or anything. So never always any really
This is not gonna be
need for it.
fun.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know what to do. So she's like, okay.
Yeah. That's if you just do me a favor, turn to the wall, put your hands up, put your legs shoulder length apart, please. This will be over shortly.
She is not happy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she would not be, exactly. And to her word, the major does a quick but thorough pat down of your person. And I assume, I assume you're not trying to hold
I
anything
have
out. You're not
nothing
trying
left to hide at this point,
Okay.
as far as I know.
As far as you know, someone hid something on me. Oh my God! No. All good.
Like the major plants something, it's like, ah.
What do we have here? Huh? A little pixie. I see. Oh, what the hell? No. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. All right. Yep. Clean. Thank you very much, Lady Veneer. Captain, if you would be so kind.
Of course. In some ports, they actually bring a woman to do this.
But this is a woman.
Oh, it is? Oh, never mind.
Major Alaric, despite her name, is a female.
Oh, I did not realize that. Perfect.
No. They would not. The order is, yeah. Let's put it this way: they've had lawsuits about this kind of thing.
Good. Then
Oh, yeah.
Mama, I assume, is very familiar with this.
You've gone through this. Well, let's say you've almost lost count. Let's leave it at that. So, are you trying to hide anything on your person, smuggle anything past them?
No, I don't think I have anything to hide on me right now.
Okay.
I got the mushrooms, which I declared.
Yeah, well, those you had to give those up, obviously. Again,
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna make this time go by faster.
I'm good.
Does the same thing for you. Very professional, and they're both clean. Okay. She then plunks down 2 fairly shapeless gray garments. Please change into these. We'll step out of the room to give you some privacy. And then when you're done, knock on the door and we'll come back and escort you to your cells.
Don't we get... I mean, you found out one person who said they heard our voices, and now you get to just treat us and imprison us? Don't we get to ask anybody?
You will have time to prepare your defense, certainly. I imagine that your sister will want to arrange for an attorney. But for now, we have to keep you because it's a murder charge. It's just that simple. We can't let you go walking free.
And I understand that, but
And there will be a arraignment, probably given your status fairly soon, where if the case is strong enough for upon recognizance and perhaps the payment of a hefty fine, you may be allowed to go to house arrest. That's out of my purvey. I'm just saying this is what happens in the system. So
yes.
it's likely you probably won't be held here for long unless someone, it's the vice admiral or otherwise higher up, feels you are a danger to the community. Given your public service, which should count in your favor, hopefully you will be at your home by this evening. But until then, we have to follow procedure. All right, I'll give you a moment to change. And she steps outside, leaving you 2 in the room.
Like, have you had to do this before?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. I mean, these linens aren't even that uncomfortable. They're fairly warm. They don't want you to catch a cold while you're in jail and infect everybody else. I mean, unless you're like a long term and they want to get rid of a bunch of people. But I mean, here, I think we're...
I imagine why you're saying that you're like stripping down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Folding
clothes,
my stuff.
skirts flying everywhere. Yeah, pretty much.
I show you a way to wrap your like undershirt, like your shirt around the rest of the clothes so that they all stay together in a neat bundle even. Like, I got this.
And Mom was talking like, okay, now, first of all, if we go to the yard, you can never show fear. So, bam!
Hit first, ask questions later. See how I lost that tooth? That was... So
I got some stories to tell you.
it's good.
All right.
I'm sorry you're in this position. Whatever happened, I'm sure it'll be cleared up.
Well, because I couldn't tell him an exact time when I met up with you and Laureate.
We should have kept better track of what we were doing, but we had places to be, things to do. I mean, this will all be cleared up.
Well, it's not like I normally have to keep track of my time.
I get excited and distracted, as you know, so that's on us. Next time we'll wear watches when we're walking around or doing our
We're
thing.
plotting our crimes.
And they don't we don't mention anything because we don't know who's listening. Like,
Exactly.
we're going with it.
Yep.
Well, at least I had Evans with me. So.
But it'll be fine, honestly. Just stick with me. We got this. It'll be fine. They'll get you out soon anyways, and then when you get a chance, you can come back for me if they can't get me out right away.
Well, we'll see what Lady Makia and Lord Maddox and my sister say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure one of them is going to be mad at me.
I feel like I might have had an undue enthusiastic poor influence on whatever this happened, and they might not have looked at you in this light where you're not hanging out with the likes of me, so I apologize for that. I felt as a bodyguard, but that's okay. Let's get this done. And I just like help straighten out her like collar.
I'm like, well, your job as a bodyguard is not done yet, so
I got your back.
just like trying to play it off like, okay, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm going to.
Oh, because you don't. You've never been arrested before.
Yeah,
So
I've
this is all new to you.
I love this because I'm just picturing next episode. I'm picturing Momo being an enforcer and then Savoy running the entire prison.
We got this. It's funny that the two of us got arrested, considering the other two are the ones who committed the actual murder.
Ironic, right?
Like-
Yeah, it's kind of, yep. Only a
so we're in private. There's going to be some talking to.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But I am not saying anything about it now.
No.
So she's just like, no, this is a trick. He was alive. He's the one who's saying he knows the voices.
Somebody's framing us. So we'll figure this out, clear it up.
oh, that would have been.
Man, I should have said my bad idea earlier.
Always say your bad ideas.
All right, Everest, you are heading back to the Veneer residence, correct?
That's right.
Okay. Are you just walking or try something faster?
Yeah, I assuming he's either going. I think he's either running at this point, because hailing a coach or something like that just does not seem
Practical?
Yeah.
You are so going to get kidnapped.
I mean,
Oh god.
It's still broad daylight. The chasers are they're a gang. They're not suicidal. So, all right, you hustle over there. You reach the gate. They let you in because you pretty much have free range to the place. What do you do once you're inside?
He would probably go to a valet. And is Lady Shannon occupied?
Let's see. At this point in time, it'd probably be about noon. I just she was just about to sit down for lunch. Do you care to join her?
I would very much like it if I were to be able to see her immediately. I have pressing news regarding her sister.
Would you characterize this as an emergency?
I would definitely characterize this as an emergency.
Oh, come with me then. And takes you over to what you know is her private chambers. Knocks on the door. Lady in waiting opens it. He slips inside. Just wait here. Slips inside. About 30 seconds later, the door is opened, and the lady in waiting beckons you inside.
Okay.
And
he follows.
very nice room, much nicer than anyone's, including Savoy's, as befitting the lady of the house. She looks at you quizzically as Everest. You're in something to drink. You look like you've been laboring, running.
I've just ran for about 5 miles. It's fine.
I mean, 3 to 4, but yeah. You worked up a sweat, that's for sure. There's no doubt. Can I get you something to drink? What is going on?
Too much time. We need to get. Don't worry about that.
Let me sum up.
Yeah,
There's too much.
it's too much. Let me sum up. Your sister, she be no. So he calmly explains. Now I'm not sure if there was a conversation between you and your sister about some place she needed to be today besides the cupcake. Did the
No.
conversation take place?
No, what is going on?
Well, there has been a slight mishap with the military order, and she's currently being held in custody along with Malma.
She what? All right, start at the beginning. Tell me everything.
In which case, he then proceeds to go over the entire day's events, and then finally ending with, and she is currently being held for suspicion of murder. And what was the other charge, John?
They're saying kidnapping because the lady's gone too.
And kidnapping.
So you were truthful in what you told her. You didn't leave anything out. You probably left out the part about you setting the house and yourself on fire, maybe.
That maybe, and then I don't think he would have mentioned killing the person.
Oh, that you did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Left him in the alley, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay.
He may or may not have been on fire.
You probably wouldn't even mention that.
No, he wouldn't have. No.
Okay, but it's very clear that the 4 of you went to do this thing, yada yada. Okay, I just want to make sure what. Okay, she's like, this was Mama's idea.
In not so many words. It was a group decision, but it was her job.
I mean, my family has some status in the city, but I'm not sure I can get her discharged from a murder and kidnapping.
Well, we also need to provide leverage from Lady Maki and possibly Maddox on this issue.
What does Makia have to do with this? Maddox, I understand. What does Makia have to do with this?
Well, there was this little issue of we needed to transport something of hers, and with the current situation, it is currently, stuck on the ship, and then we are not with the current package that needs to be delivered to Summit from Makia. So
I don't think the order is going to forgive my bluntness, a rat's ass about what Makia is shipping to where. When not only a person, but a merchant has been killed. That is a much graver, even she's not going to cross the order on this one. She can't just wave her hand and make this go away.
Right.
All right. You need to clean up, and then you and I are going to see Maddox. You have 10 minutes. Go to your room, change, do whatever you have to do. Be ready out in the courtyard in 10 minutes.
Y'all now get to see my straw pissed off. This would be awesome.
Well, to a point. I mean, she has to enlist an ally, not, rail at him either. Laureate, you are going where?
Going straight to Lady Makia's.
You're muted, Todd.
Straight to Lady Makia's residence.
Okay.
Manor.
All right. So you have no appointment.
No.
So you see the major domo out front, or actually be the guards at the gate, really, because again, you have no appointment. So
Yeah.
You approach them and say, what?
I have an urgent request to speak to Lady Makia right now regarding her cargo.
You'll have to be a bit more specific, madam.
Cargo and the cupcake.
Exchange glances. And who are you?
Laureate.
Okay, change glances again, and the one says, excuse me. And he goes inside. Okay, 5 minutes later, comes back out. You'll come with me. As you come inside the kind of the grounds where I said before, there's kind of a roundabout driveway. There are several carriages in the driveway. Apparently, there's some sort of event going on that Lady Makia is entertaining or something. So, and he leads you into a small kind of an antechamber off of the main foyer and says, "Wait here, please." And leaves you alone in a very, very, very sumptuous room. Rich brocades on the walls, thick carpeting, very comfortable furniture. Are you just kind of standing waiting? Do you sit down?
Yep,
Do you
I'm just
pace
gonna-
all
just-
three?
Not really pace, just cross my arms and just wait.
All right. Again, about 5 minutes later, a door on the other side of the room opens, and in shuffles Lady Makia. And beyond her, you can hear kind of the faint sounds of some sort of conversation clinking. It must be some sort of a luncheon or some sort of soiree. Also, not that you probably care at this moment, but whatever they're serving there smells delicious, but that's neither here nor there. Laureate. An unexpected surprise. Please, child, sit. You seem
Prefer to stand.
agitated.
Thank you.
Well, then I'm going to sit, so if you'll pardon these aged bones for a moment. She leans down into a chair and says, "You look agitated. What is the matter, child?"
As we're about to leave, military already came in and arrested us, Malma and Savoy, for the murder.
Whatever for?
For the murder of Tolwyn.
Well, did they?
No.
But why does the order suspect them then?
They said that they had someone that said their names out loud. That's the only information that we were given. And you know that this means we won't be able to do your cargo.
Well, murder is kind of a fairly high crime in the city. My
Yes.
cargo is fine where it is for the time being. I mean, it is safe, is it not?
Safe for now, yes, but you don't want this directed towards you, do you?
Why would it ever be directed towards me?
Well, we were doing work for you.
You were carrying a box for me. You are not killing a merchant for me.
However, they
Those
may
two
want
things
to.
are very different.
They may want to
Laureate.
search the box for evidence in case there is something there that implicates them.
You are a druid, not a law enforcement officer. Leave this to the police.
No, but perhaps
My cargo is perfectly safe and not involved in whatever sordid events they are accusing your friends of, first of all.
perhaps there could be some items accidentally placed in the box that could implicate certain someone.
Anyone who tries to open the box without the proper authorization will receive quite a rude surprise. My cargo is safe. It is unable to be tampered with without certain people knowing immediately. So,
Like the military
I have
order?
worked hand in hand with the order for a long time, Laureate. I know how they operate. If they have arrested your people, then they have enough evidence that they feel they can make a strong case as to why they arrested them. Now, you say you didn't do it. Were you any of your people involved in this, whatever
No.
event was happening that resulted in the murder? Or the, let's say, the
not.
death right now?
Of course
No.
not.
And yet, why have they come and found you?
I don't know. Maybe this is some of the remnants of the chasers putting some kind of plan in motion to kind of catch us.
Well,
It wouldn't
That's
be,
actually
wouldn't
not a
be
bad
under
thought.
their, be under
Be a bit
their.
more- it'd be a bit
purview.
more clever than I give them credit for, to be quite honest, but
Like it's
So,
pretty easy to get a witness to say things that implicate you into something as heinous as that.
well, but if you have alibis, then there should be no
Oh yeah,
matter.
of course we had alibis. We were about to leave with your cargo.
Well, about to leave means you are still in the city. I'm saying if you have alibis during the time this sordid event went down, that's the point you need to clear up with the authorities now,
Yeah, we
isn't
did.
it?
And they didn't believe it. So
Well, perhaps you need to produce some witnesses of your own, but I fail to see why you've come to me. Are you expecting me to help in this matter?
I know you have the influence to put this under the rug or to direct this towards someone else.
So let me get this straight, Laureate. Are you asking me to intervene on your friend's behalf
I am.
and lead the order away from them to someone else in the matter of this, by now, very public event of the death of a merchant? Is that correct?
Yes. This will allow you to have your cargo taken to Summit on time with no problems.
My cargo will be delivered to Summit regardless of what happens to you and your friends. I rest assured of that.
I wouldn't recommend that, as I believe the ship will leave without them, and it will not return for a long
Does
time.
not need to return for my cargo to be delivered, just that the cargo is delivered. My
It didn't
child,
say it
that
would
is the
be
important thing. If they do not deliver the cargo, it will go very poorly for them. Very
Well,
poorly.
if they're not going to
indeed.
return the Adriel for the far foreseeable future, then you'll be stuck.
No, because they will deliver my cargo if they want the rest of their payment. I assume they want to be paid. That's what merchant ships
You
do.
must
They
understand is that
carry cargo and they get paid for it. They do not need to return here. They will be paid upon dropping off the cargo at the destination.
well,
You are
it's-
also not a trader. It is very clear to me, my child. I will have to think about your request. You do understand if I were to agree to it. It would put all of you very much into my debt. I would not undertake this lightly, as the consequences could be severe for everyone involved.
If you want, you can put it all on me.
Oh, no. No. It's not just you. I mean, you, just by asking, have put yourself in this particular
Happy to take on all the debt that's needed to get this done.
Oh, Laureate. Perhaps you are better off in the Silver Glades, where you are more familiar with your surroundings, my child. No. It is all or nothing. It's all 4 of you, or none of you. Now, if you need to talk to your friends to make sure they're on board, that's up to you. But this is not just a one. This is all for one and one for all, child. We're all in my debt, or I will not be able to help you. So why don't you perhaps maybe think about this as well, as whether you want to do this. Maybe you want to talk to your friends and see if they're willing to acquiesce to this. I may have things I can do to alleviate this situation, but my terms are non-negotiable. So you take the rest of the day to think about whether you really want to do this and whether your friends will go along, and return here this evening. We'll dine, we'll talk, and then you will give me your decision. All right, I have guests to attend to, so I'll let you see yourself out. And with that, she gets up and shuffles back to the door behind her and goes back to whatever event she's hosting. You turn around, the major domo's already inside the door.
Yeah, he'd probably like force me out just about. Yeah, as soon as
it's perfectly polite, but it's very clear. It's like, you're leaving.
As soon as I leave the veneer residence, I just find the nearest object I can smash and I just slam my stuff. You know.
Wow, you could whack it against the side
wall.
Of the
wall. Just something.
That's not going to probably look at you askance, but it's not going to do anything, but it might make you feel a little better. So, where are you off to after this?
I need to notify the crew, and then I'm going to head back to the veneer residence. Like the cupcake crew.
Oh, okay. Right. All right.
Because they have no idea what's going on.
So you're heading back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And all right, and you get down there, and you don't really need to get past the checkpoint because the cupcake is gone.
Oh, it's been longer than an hour, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know how Malma does it with them.
Yep, that is the airship captain's purvey, and then her purvey alone. Yep. So.
Yeah, I'll just head back to the veneer residence then.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go to Malma and Lady Savoy. Once you've changed, guards escort you into what's very clearly holding cells. The cell is larger than you would have thought for just the two of you. Savoy, you possibly think they might, out of deference for your station, might be putting you not in with kind of the usual criminals.
Actually,
because
if I've never been to jail, this is not anything special. This is like, well, this is kind of sucky.
I will point out how wonderful and luxurious this jail cell is.
Like, really?
This is great, and it's just the two of us. Look, there's a bench, and it looks like it's been scrubbed in the past 2 months. This is great.
And immediately, Mama launches into, usually you're attacking with 20 other people who haven't bathed in days. Yeah, exactly. Kind of thing. This one time,
Yeah, I'm very excited.
And the door closes, and that's that. Let's see. So Everest and the other ladies, Veneer, are heading off to the Maddox residence.
Shannon, I believe.
Shannon, that's it. Yeah, correct. Exactly. Okay. All right. And they are also at the gate. Unfortunately, his majordomo says that, I'm sorry, but Mr. Maddox, Lord Maddox, pardon me, Lord Maddox is unavailable. You might check back tomorrow, but I cannot guarantee that he'll be taking visitors. Is there any kind of message you wish me to pass on to him? And Shannon actually writes down a quick missive, folds it, and says, "For his eyes only, please." It gives it to him and says, "Of course, madam." And that's that, unfortunately. So there you go. And I think since we're close to 9, I think that's where we're going to stop for the evening. I think that's enough for right now. So interesting. This episode did not take quite the turn I expected it to take. So that's once again, just when you thought you were out, they pulled you back in.
What did you expect us to do?
I was kind of half expecting you guys would have booted the guys off the boat and broken away and just taken off out of the city.
I honestly was expecting that too, and then it didn't even happen.
And then it
that
didn't
way.
happen. I'm like, okay.
Well, we have to come back, and Savoy
Well,
lives here, and
I guess I'm rubbing off on Mama a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's just that it is what it is. It is what, and I appreciate the adherence to law and order. Even though it got 2 of you arrested. See, if only you hadn't used names in that conversation in the alley, you would have been much better off. That was the one thing that kind of got you guys hosed, unfortunately.
And if only Savoy could lie just as good as Everest.
If it wasn't, I could have had like 4 points.
Once she spoke the words, it was pretty much all over. Because the witness identified her by voice. That's how she got both you two, is because you both spoke. And like, yep, that's the person.
I feel like it's a shaky hold on us. Like,
I think
there
so,
must.
I mean, it's not the strongest because they don't have a face. You guys were all cloaked and masked and everything. But
And there must be ways to fake your voices and whatever.
Well, that would be some Mission Impossible stuff. Let's be honest here. So let's not go too crazy. It's not. This ain't D&D disguise yourself kind of stuff. But a good session all the same, even though it took a turn for jail. So yeah. I'm like, well, I don't really. That's the GM. Like, I don't really have much of a choice here. I have enough. They have enough to hold you guys. They have enough evidence to hold you. So it's like, well, this is how it went. Let's start reverse. Marie, how do you think tonight's session went? And where can people? We know we can find Malma now in the holding cell. Where will people be able to find you later on?
Well, Mama's happy that she gets to hang out with Savoy, and she'll be pleased to hear that the cupcake got away. That was her main thing. And things will turn out. They always turn out. So it'll be fine.
Exactly.
Something will fall into place.
It'll work out. No problem. No worries. It's all good. It's all good.
And it's all good.
I do appreciate Malma's restraint. Either way would have been fine with me if you guys had, conked him on the head and tossed him off the boat. Hopefully not into the Azure, which would that'd be kind of nasty. But if you had subdued them and tossed them off and broken free, that'd been fine too. But the fact that you were like, no, my employer's here. I have to do the right thing. We'll go with you. It's very polite. I just thought that was very charming and cute. So yeah. Yeah.
I don't think if Savoy hadn't been part of the party, she would have just because nobody else had ties as strong, but she wasn't about to mess with the Veneer household and ruin their reputation, and she wasn't about to do that, so she'd given her word.
Oh, the ties that bind. Exactly.
Indeed, the anchors.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say by the end of this, you'd have an anchor with Savoy, absolutely. So there you go. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, so where can the people find you, either on the web or at a virtual convention somewhere or something going on?
No, I don't think I have anything coming up. There's probably 20 things that I've forgotten. I do have, at the end of June, I have the 3rd book of the Guild of Shadows coming out, Hellbound. It's
nice.
fun, it's wacky, it's just, an assassin who loves to assassinate. And then,
as you do.
As you do, but it's not very good at it. And I have, you can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, all under my name, on my website. Come hang out. Oh, and I also have, very excited for me, towards the end of the year, I have a story in a Jan Brosick anthology, 99 Tiny Terrors. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That will be forthcoming from Pulse Publishing later this year, absolutely. So awesome, yes. So they're very good. People should check that out when it's available, and it will be, I'm going to say shortly. Awesome. All right, thank you very much, Marie.
Thank you.
Yes, Sod, so let's just put Laureate's lip.
Yeah.
Is almost still getting her into trouble with the law.
Resisting, holding it back, still learning not to just just go off at everyone. That's
if
why
you're
she
working
tried to
the
do
order,
it. She tried to do it
insubordinate.
at Vene, like not the at what's her face, Makia, and just I tried.
Yeah,
I tried to
even
do
that
it.
didn't go all that
Yeah,
well.
Lorraine has no way to persuade her. Like no
Not really.
leverage,
No,
zero leverage.
No, that was funny though. I like your attempts. I like your attempts. Like, no,
That's-
that doesn't
that's-
work.
that's
That doesn't
why-
work. That doesn't work.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole point. See if she'd fall for any of it, but she's definitely too smart for all that.
Yeah, been around
Oh, well.
way too long. Done this stuff way too many times. Yep, exactly. Where can the folks find you next?
IAB. Don't know when I believe it's
I think we're back to the second and fourth weeks or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Ish.
I haven't got the dates yet. I think ours is fully updated out there next month.
Oh,
You see me
well,
for that.
we'll have to watch for the calendar
See
then.
me for Grumbler's Guide next, and then on my randomly streaming twitch.tv/slot_. Check out. That's it.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, always a pleasure. Jen, so, I'll bet when you started this session,
Unpunished.
you did
Ever.
not expect to end up in a jail cell by the end of it.
No, totally did not.
Yes, no good deed. Help out a friend, they said. It'll be no problem, she said. Yeah, well, this is what that'll get you.
No, but she honestly, this is the point where she's fairly naive. She really thinks she's like, my sister or Maddox or Makia will come to my rescue. If not, Mama will break us out and we'll run off together. It'll be fine.
That is a very good point. Yes, that is. It's a fair train of thought for her to think. Yeah, exactly.
She
No,
really,
who
she's
she
like
is.
really
Yeah.
like. She knows she didn't murder this guy. She knows he was not murdered. He was alive when they left.
Right.
So
Yep.
that is the one thing that she's holding on to. But
Right.
yeah.
And boy, is she gonna be pissed when she finds out the truth. But
Oh,
that's
oh,
neither
she's
here
going
nor
to be-
there. So, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter and Facebook, and I have now looked up. These are the days and the convention panels I will be doing.
Nice.
Wow.
So
Well, they got you busy. Yeah.
they do. I have one on Thursday, 3 on Friday, and 3 on Saturday.
Woof.
So
All right, cool.
that's what I will be doing.
Okay.
Also, as Marie said, I have turned in the manuscript for 99 Tiny Terrors to Pulse Publishing, so I'm very excited to see how that's going to look.
Indeed.
I have a Shadowrun novella called See How She Runs coming out in like the next 3 months, hopefully. And then I have the third in my Battletech series called Crimson Knights coming out at the end of April, if all goes well.
Which it should.
It should.
It is progressing apace. Yes, that is
Yeah,
correct.
everything is a progressing phase. And
Correct.
so yeah, she honestly is like, this will be taken care of. My sister will take care of it. Maddox will take care of it. Somebody will take care of it
I
because
have friends,
I
darn
did
it.
not murder this guy.
Yes, I had nothing to do with it. The kidnapping, baby, but the murder, no murder, exactly. All right, well, we'll have to see how this plays out, obviously. Last but not least, Mr. Brahms.
AKA the murderer.
A torture.
I mean, yeah, definitely not the way I was anticipating this episode going, I will say. And also amazed that he was able to lie as well as he was able to do under the circumstances.
That was impressive, but hey, keep it short and simple. I got hammered, I woke up. Meh. So I have to, you picked a good story to have to roll at disadvantage. I'm going to be honest with you, because that's like, most people can understand that. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah. Where can the good folks find you when you're not playing Emberwind?
Well, you can find me on Twitter and under the handle of Leppy83, and I'll generally tweeting nerdy things or, retweeting nerdy things normally. And other than that, usually on this channel right here at this time, doing this sort of thing. But
All right.
like, that's the only thing I'm involved in right now.
Exactly. All right, folks. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Yeah, twists and turns galore. So we should be back in about 2 weeks with the next episode. We hope you'll be there for us then and see how these folks are going to get out of jail, hopefully free. But from all of us to all of you, thanks to the Ember crew. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Please.
Bye, guys.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We didn't get to leave. Sad face. The title was was a lie. So we're gonna host someone now. Let's have a look who's streaming right now. And I think maybe we'll host Kilgore Trout over on GOG, who is playing more Wizard and Warriors. Give him a big hello. You know how to do R-rated stuff. There's all the R-rated stuff. You can do all that if you want. If not, just say hi to Kilgore Trout. He's such an awesome guy. Check him out. And yeah, nice. Here we go. Raid for Kilgore Trout. He's starting or finishing? I can't tell. I can't tell. I think he's just starting. Yeah, I think he's on the intro screen. Alright guys, thank you for watching. See ya. Bye.